Welcome back to another stream. Today we have a very important task which involves completing our Yavin build, and I've been thinking, whilst we wait for everyone to roll into chat, hello there, I've been thinking about the display back here, because originally this display was meant to be one long mock. It's the reason why we switched up and completely got rid of the 4x4 that had the Lego City in, because I wanted these shelves here to look really cool with some Lego on them. We've got our Funkos, we've got a massive display up there which involves our R2-D2 collection, and I do feel like I've kind of neglected that space in terms of Lego mock building. Just in terms of Lego mock building, I feel like it's not living up to its true potential. I said it, it's not living up to its true potential, and kind of want to whack Yavin there. Are we thinking about a Yavin display? We've got the X-Wing coming out. We've got the TIE Fighter, an update for Sunday. I was going to be building the X-Wing. I'm not going to be building the X-Wing anymore. Maybe I will be building the X-Wing still. But we've moved Batman till tomorrow. Our final Batman 2 stream for the foreseeable future. So hopefully we can complete at least all the levels. If we find all the gold bricks, that's amazing as well. And then we've got an exclusive Insiders stream on Sunday. You're not going to want to miss out on that. And that, I think, is like half an hour after these streams usually start. So we're going live normal time tomorrow and Sunday. And then Sunday, we'll see how much time we have to build the X-Wing. We'll carry that over to a special stream on Monday. And then we should be building Vader on Tuesday. So we're trying to build these sets ASAP, as soon as they're out. Because if you don't know already, March we've got a brand new wave of Star Wars sets. 8? Is there 8 sets? Someone can correct me if that's wrong. And then in April, there's another like 6 sets. Something like that. Crazy amount of sets. On top of May, still getting some sets in May. Still getting some sets in June. Still getting some sets in August. Wow, we are going to be broke by the end of the year, aren't we? All these sets. And also, has anyone seen the advent calendar leaks for Marvel's advent calendar with Dr. Frickin' Doom in the advent calendar? We don't even know if he's in a set. Makes sense he's in a set if he's in an advent calendar. But quite like the new hood piece. Looks different to the old Star Wars like Jawa hood that we still get in. And also Christmas Wolverine. Not quite a snowman, if you've seen the Storm Funko, but we'll take that. And then I think we saw like an AI edited box art image. I think that bottom right corner is meant to be the flame piece for Ghost Rider, who's also rumored to be in there. Either that, or I don't know who else has golden hair. Hello there! Hello there! And also, we've got the Smart Play sets. We've got potentially a new massive project for the channel, which we're going to be speaking about that throughout today's stream. We've got the Marvel Advent Calendar. There is literally 1 day left in February. 1 day left for the other Advents to be announced, because every year the Advents get leaked in February. And so far, we've only got the Marvel one. Alleged for this year, there is Marvel and Star Wars, and that's it. That is it for Advent calendars. No other Advent calendars. But after the success of the Gingerbread 8080 Walker, we are meant to be seeing a lot more festive sets coming out this year. Also, I got batteries in my hand because these were meant to go in this unit here. I was charging up the batteries so that we could get the lights on, because they keep dying with how much I'm using them, not just in stream, but I tend to leave this on and just have them, it's a nice light in the background, have them on from time to time. Yes, look at that. And I've been killing them so quickly. So let's get those back on. Anyone wondering how I got in there so easy? I know a few of you have these. I never put the screw back when we undid them the first time. So it just popped straight off. Look at that. That looks beautiful in the background. And still same batteries, rechargeable batteries. You got to go with them. There's a few other sets as well. No real room. Oh, there's a few football ones. There's a few football sets. I'm not as interested in that. And some more Fortnite brickheads. I think I've seen the 300th brickhead isn't going to be made available to purchase, which on one hand sucks, but Lego knows what they're doing with it. Lego knows, of course. We've got Yavin on the desk. If you've missed the last two parts, I meant to have linked them in the stream. They're there. I don't know if they're linked in the description, the pair of them, but I might have just linked the last one. This is what we're working with. We're upgrading Yavin as we go, add in so many more colours, because the original set is quite bland, quite all dark tan. And I've noticed that about a load of ships, even with Vader's TIE Fighter or Luke's X-Wing, they could get a few more yellow or a few different shades of grey in there. Add a few different scars so that every single ship is definitely different, drastically different even. Add in a bit of colour in it, but they're always quite clean models. Usually there's a few stickers of scratches if it fits with a story, if it's a part of that ship's identity. But very, very rarely. And also, we still need to discuss, are we building the tree? Are we building the tree? I want to have it built so I can compare it to what I build, but I also want to build maybe the Endor diorama tree and try and get the mechanism in that. Maybe create our own custom tree as well. Oh, look at that, the instructions are loading and the camera hasn't frozen. Awesome, nice to see that's working. Also, have I set up, I don't even think I've set up the internet for this stream. We could have been taking a look at half of the rumours and the new Doctor Doom if I got it ready. All right, here we go. We're on book number 5, which is 5 out of 6, which is bag 9 and bag 10. There we go. Didn't know what I was pressing. And this is the ceremony scene. We've already built this in Lego. We built a really nice diorama that doesn't fit. Our diorama was 3 times the size of this, and it came out this way. So you could modify it to fit that on top, but the instructions for that are available, as are these, on lego.com. I think we get straight into it and talk more about the Yavin display. I mentioned about adding Yavin to the back. I've spoken about it the last couple of weeks. But I don't just want to add Yavin. I do want to build an entire display centered around Yavin, but maybe we can bleed it into other, locations, because Yavin, very tree based, very tree centered, shall we say. And we've also got a brand new Yoda diorama. Hide that around it. Maybe introduce a few other sets. We've got the AT-ST Walker as well. I don't think we need Yavin as a build. So what I could have done is cleared this and had Yavin displayed up here. Sorry, Simba, you're getting demoted. I might just do that so that it's in the background, because you should be able to see it on that wide camera. Trying to keep the X-Wing on display with Yavin. And the part we're building today is, just as the thumbnail showed, the top, not triangular, but not quite squared off section that goes on top and where our heroes celebrate their victory. I think there was a little secret hidden at the top of Yavin in the Skywalker saga. We got that on stream, but can anyone remember what that secret was? What was hidden at the top of Yavin in the Skywalker saga? Because I don't remember at all. Maybe it was just a odd brick. But there was something up there that I do remember. Hey. There's also, should really start the stream with this. There is a make and take over the weekend. Not a Lego make and take, but a Star Wars make and take. And it is a Bantha to go with all the sets coming out March 1st in the Entertainer in the UK. I don't know about overseas, but I do know, first off, the Smart Play sets are only available in 6 countries. US, UK, France, Germany, Poland, and UK, US, probably Australia, if I had to make up that list. and they're not available worldwide. What's up with that? First, Bricklink, owned by Lego, pulls out of 35 countries, including one of the most popular mock communities in Brazil, which might surprise you. Didn't really surprise me. And now they're not selling the smart brick worldwide, only to 6 countries, making it a regional exclusive that they said they weren't going to do anymore for Star Wars. And we've already had that American blunder. That was, you know, lockdown did affect that quite badly. So I can forgive Lego for that. I can forgive Lego for the best bin tool. They paid us back with the magazine, which at the time was very hard to get outside of Europe. You know, that crosses the sea. And I suppose you've still got a few European countries and the States in that as well. But only 6 countries for the smart brick. That doesn't sound very smart to me. That's not smart marketing. That's not. It's not helping the case, I'm sure. The fact that not everyone will be able to access this day one. But Lego know what they're doing. I guess Lego know what they're doing. Who are we to say otherwise? I don't think many people will be too upset about that. I do want to check out the smart brick sets. I would be intrigued to see how many non-Lego fans pick it up, because I do feel like a lot of people are going to pick the Star Wars sets up, especially. It's content, isn't it? People are going to pick them up just to do a video shitting on it. Essentially, you're going to see that all over the internet in its early days. But I want to know how many people are picking it up for a gift, birthday presents, any other, maybe Easter? Expensive Easter gifts. Very expensive Easter gifts. The cheapest Smart Play set right now is the Land Speeder, £35. Okay, you know what? That would have been cool if it came with a smart brick, but the smart brick only comes in these 3 sets. So Vader's tie at £60, double that. And I do still stand by anyone going for Vader's tie. If you're going for it for the smart brick, maybe look at upgrading to the X-Wing, or even doubling it. Well, it's just over double and getting 2 smart bricks. But that is kind of pushing the boat out. At that point, why don't you go for the UCS Death Star? It's a little more than that. You're only, timesing it by 5? A little bit more? 6? Not quite. And at that point, why don't you just buy one of the Pokemon sets off eBay? They're only going for what, like £5 grand? All right, let's draw the line maybe at Luke's Land Speeder here. At least you get some tiles if the smart brick does eventually come out in a very cheap city set, which I do think it will. I stand by that. No matter what happens with the smart brick, it's almost guaranteed to be in a cheaper city set. Ooh, already running out of dark tan. What's happening here? Ooh, we broke our own rule. Not that there's any punishment or any form of anything against it. But let's try and keep one drawer on the desk at any given time. So 2x4s for that. I've also seen there's a few stores doing smart play demonstrations towards the end of March though. Like literally 28th, 29th of March. Why so late? Why not day one? Get people in the stores. That's cool enough. And see what this smart brick is. Because maybe Lego aren't worried. It's got so much marketing through people complaining about, oh, tech doesn't belong in Lego. You don't have to use the smart brick. I have to say that. You don't have to use... Sometimes it gets lost. Companies want you to use products a certain way. You can buy the smart brick sets and not use the smart brick features. That is just as valid as using the smart brick for what it's designed for. In fact, even better for the Smart Play market, if you buy one of the Smart Brick sets, Vader's TIE has been an in-demand ship since the last one came out, since the last one retired. Since the last one retired, wrong draw. Gotta get used to their new locations. It has been so in demand that if you wanted to pick up Vader's TIE Fighter and sell the Smart Brick for a right price, I'd happily pick it up. Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and not quite good night yet. It is somewhere in the world, but not quite here. Hello there. I would be interested to see the initial value, day one, which is Sunday, coming up real fast. I would be very interested in the initial value of the Smart Brick on the aftermarket, how much that's going to get, because like I say, most people can excuse it, and in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money. The Dewback Smart Brick sound is not bad. I haven't heard any of the Smart Brick sounds yet. I'm so happy that the mic picks up on all the Lego sounds. I did drop one in there though. I've not heard any of the Lego sounds outside of the volcano sounds. So if any have been repurposed, I guess I have. But the Dewback is one of the best parts of that build for me. Ooh! Let's swap these around, because this will hold it in. Aha, yes. Yes. Yeah, has anyone reviewed any of these sets? I also haven't seen any reviews pop up of these sets, because I assume they'll be showing off the sounds. It's a double-edged sword. I would have loved some copyrighted sounds of, you know, Star Wars characters or little segments of the tune. Oh, that's another. Okay. Before we get too deep on Smart Brick, I am almost halfway through Dragon's Rising Season 3. We'll look back to the Smart Brick. The intro for Dragon's Rising Season 1, did not like it. But I was open to it. I hadn't heard the song. We finished Season 1 and I found the song. It's called We Rise, and it's a really good song, but the intro did it dirty. So throughout Season 2, I need to talk about the Dragon Rising intro. Throughout Season 2, I was listening to it, and every single episode I found a new way to chop up the different parts of the song to make it work, but they stuck with it. Lego stuck with the intro Season 2. It wasn't ever going to beat the Weekend Whip, was it? The Weekend Whip was so iconic. It sat through 16 seasons. Wait, is that six? No, yeah, because we had up to Season 15 and you had Season 0 as well. 16 seasons of the Weekend Whip. It's iconic. It's iconic. 16 seasons of We Rise is not going to beat that. I accidentally broke it. But Season 2, I was coming up with all these different combinations, and I settled on the fact that the lyrics, the lines that they use for the intro, never going to work. Never going to work. And then I heard Season 3. Season 3 smashed it. Season 3's intro isn't as iconic as the Weekend Whip. I really like Season 3's intro. The way they break it up, and it actually flows. There's no jumps in tone at any point. Season 3. Thank you, Lego, for Season 3's intro. Whoever worked out that intro, that has just fixed the intro for me. Again, not as iconic as the Weekend Whip, but it's the next best thing and so much better than the first two seasons. I think they should retroactively go back and just crop this over the first two seasons. That is cool. Ooh, hello there. Going to Legoland Germany. With an annual pass, you get 25% off any set, including exclusives, which I don't know what exclusives are at Legoland Germany. Let's have a little look. What exclusive Lego sets are at Legoland Oh, there's a shorter way I could have typed that out, isn't there? No, that's not going to tell us. Here we go. Is it? Well, this is just Legoland Parks. All right, I don't think I can find a list. Are there any new exclusive sets? Legoland Germany bricks. There's probably some new parts. I know the Builder Minis and the Picker Bricks usually have exclusive pieces. Depends when you're going. If you're going early March, 25% off some of those new sets. That's crazy. 25% coupon for any set. 3 coupons. So which 3 sets? Oh, tell you what, 25% off any of the Smart Brick sets could be interesting. If you've got an interest in that type of technology, I personally would go with one of them. But I'm going to exclude those just because you might not be interested. You might not be interested in them. In which case, what would it'd have to be some of the newer sets. And as a Star Wars fan, it's probably going to be Star Wars as well. Oh, a third off. What new sets have come out for Star Wars besides the Mando speeders? I actually can't tell you. Oh, the dioramas. Oh, the dioramas would be cool. If they have a gingerbread 8080 and you haven't picked this up, pick this up for Christmas. It is an amazing build. If you really don't like it, maybe the diorama. See, a third off, like the V19 is a third off in most stores in the UK. So I assume that's pretty much balanced across Europe. I feel like that it's an awkward, it'd have to be one of like the MIDI sets for me. 25% off. How big's the budget here? The Star Destroyer. Oh, the Star Destroyer would be a crazy set. With Cal Kestis as well. That obviously the Death Star would be crazy as well. Maybe that's too far. The Star Destroyer is, where is it? That didn't retire last year, did it? Surely it's still on shelves. Here we go. The Imperial Star Destroyer, 25% off is a pretty good deal on that. That's Black Friday level deals for £150. That's cool. I would recommend Grogu's N1. If you can't justify that at full price and don't have the Astromech, that would be a great set. It's 4+. I think it's one of the best 4+ sets to ever grace the shelves. And I that's the hill I'll die on. That is the hill. Well, let's not kill me off now. That's the hill that I will rest on. That's a good set. The TIE Bomber. TIE Bomber's probably hard to get. I don't see that on sale much. TIE Bomber at the minute is selling for, oh, it is £50 on Amazon, in Boots, on Very. So it is £10 off, but that's a set that's sold really well. What are the bigger sets? Jabba's Sail Barge. That would be my one. 25%. I think Jabba's Sail Barge would be nice. Yes, Jabba's Sail Barge would be nicer than nice. Crazy. Oh, the Snowspeeder. Oh, the Snowspeeder was a solid. I think that come with Wedge as well. It's up there with the N1. I'm going to have to tier these sets. I'm going to have to do one tier list, every single Star Wars set. 375 nuts for the Sail Barge in any currency. That's crazy. Yeah, Sail Barge, the Star Destroyer. I don't want to recommend the Juggernaut because I do think those clones are coming to either a magazine or, if we get really lucky, a battle pack. But definitely the Sail Barge, the Star Destroyer, and it'd have to be another bigger set, wouldn't it? I think it'd have to be £100 set or more, something like the MTT. Because again, exclusive minifigures. I think this is going to have a similar shelf life to the ATTE. Well, not shelf life, but in terms of sale, it's going to have a similar sale to the ATTE where it isn't really on sale and then it pushes like 20% towards the end. Yeah, UCS Django Slave 1. Perfect. UCS Django Slave 1, the Sail Barge, and the Star Destroyer. That sounds like a dream May pickup right there. Especially if the coupons last till May, maybe you go and cop a few gift with purchases or save it for a double points. Stacked with that 25%, that is unlimited power. That's crazy. That's dangerous power. That might be the reason Lego stops handing these coupons out. They last till next year. Got the Ghost with 25% off. Nuts. I'm going to have to look into this annual pass. Maybe not for Legoland Germany. And I know Windsor is a bit more expensive as well. I don't know if that's true with all Legolands. Legoland Windsor is a bit more expensive than retail with its sets, but 25% off. Damn, maybe hold out for the new UCS set. It's rumoured to be an N1, but it might surprise us. Just might. We won't know until it's out. Yes, the M&R managed to get all the Smart Brick sets. Does that mean he's shown off all the sounds? Might have to go hunting for that. Oh, the Star Destroyer last year with a gift with purchase. Oh, swap out the Star Destroyer for... yeah, maybe the new UCS set. The Sail Barge, the Slave 1. Maybe the new one will be a good one. Especially if it comes with some exclusive figures. That's always a bonus. Also get 3 more 20% off for 60 euros. Oh, yeah, that could be any Star Wars set. The 60 euros... or the £60, the 60 something euro sets are some of the best Star Wars sets. Some of the best sets on the board. The ATST is good. It's massively oversized. And it's a table centerpiece so that you can see it 360 because the back of that has had so much extra detail pumped into it. And also, we built ours into an ATRT that I broke. I broke the ATRT and kind of kicked it the other day. So the front of it fell off. But, hey, there you go. Easy fix. If you wanted an ATRT for your Clone Trooper mech, if you picked up the Clone Trooper mech, if you've made your own, that was the perfect project to start this year. Or to finish last year. Kind of went over that transition, didn't it? The ATSD 37% off already. That's the best thing about Lego Star Wars. The sales. The sales are kind of hard to believe. They definitely lure me in a bit more than they would if they were just that price regularly. But crazy sales to be had. That's crazy. Some of those deals as well. I'm waiting for Smart Play to get like a third off because some of the prices... I think some of the prices aren't as bad as you know, the general voice is making them out to be. When you look at these, £35 for a land speeder, we've had that before. £45 for what looks like the 4+ Endor set. I'm pretty sure it wasn't far off that price. The Cantina, £70. We've had this set before as well. Yoda's Hut, kind of in new territory. And the Falcon, slightly smaller than some of the bigger ones. Also got so many extra play features. And Luke's X-Wing. It's a small X-Wing. But look at all this extra stuff you get with. It's in an awkward position where we haven't really had anything to compare it to. Where do I put the tiles? These ones. The Venator with a 25% last year. That's insane. But that's I suppose because the parks aren't cheap. They can't be cheap. With an annual pass though, you not only get these deals, you get to go every single... You get to go... Well, I think they... Do they cap it a year? Actually, do they cap it a year? Because most places do cap it at like, 52 trips a year. Something like that. if they don't cap it, that's crazy. And they last a year. The coupons last a year. So effectively, at any point during your travels, we've got, oh, Pokemon Day. Is that today or tomorrow? When did the sets come out? I think that's today. Are they out yet? And are they sold out yet? Oh, okay. Big one's on back order. Other two aren't sold out. And we've still got the gift with purchases. Oh, the other one was the Insider's Reward. Let me have a little look. See if the Insider's Reward is still up on my the one I'm signed into. Rewards. Yep, still available. Still available for 2,500 points in the UK. Don't know about worldwide, but it is still available. Happy Pokemon Day. 30 years of Pokemon. So that's crazy, but I only had 1 year at Pokemon at best, and I lost interest very quickly. Well, I didn't lose interest. I think interest was stolen back by Star Wars. You never really lose interest. It just shifts focus. Oh. All right. I'm going to keep these out. Save me going in that drawer every couple of minutes. And same with the tiles. Let's grab the tiles. Both of them. We are going to also need the flowers later on. But that's for later on. They don't cap it, but on winter you have to pay extra, but that's for everyone. Oh. That's not bad. I suppose winter's got a load of events going on. They also do a little bit for Halloween, but winter Legoland at the Disney parks goes crazy. I think everyone has time off, and because it's not too nice outside, like less people are traveling to the Lego store, more people are going to Legoland for their little Lego Winter Wonderlands. And also Lego do have a fair few inside not rides, inside attractions. You don't have to be out all day. Although a lot less than they used to. They used to have a load of cool ones like Star Wars, and then they got rid of Star Wars. No! They got rid of Star Wars, and I've only been back since they got rid of Star Wars, which is, it wasn't quite 2015, it was like 2020 something. I think towards the end of all the lockdowns, they got rid of Star Wars, and I've been back once since. Once since. I can't bring myself to face it without Star Wars. Would have assumed that the summer would have cost more. I think they make up so many numbers in the summer, they can afford to just leave the summer as it is. It's almost like a discounted expense because of how many people are going in the summer, which is backwards. You'd think, yeah, the summer is more in demand, so they make it more expensive, therefore more people can go. Because you'll go one summer and go, oh yeah, next time we'll go in the winter. Next time we'll go, maybe not in the winter, maybe we'll go over Easter, where it's not as much more expensive. But maybe it's less in demand of the summer because more people are hitting the beach and doing other activities. Especially over here, because any day could be a rainy day and you don't want to be caught in Miniland whilst it's pouring of rain. It was fun, we were the only ones there, but not the ideal experience. I think every time we've been Legoland, it's rained at some point. I don't mind the rain on the way home. That's okay. If the rain can hold off, that is acceptable. 1 by 6 tiles. There's a lot of tiles for the top bit here. I thought there were a lot of plates. I thought there'd be more plates than tiles. And I think, so far at least, there's more tiles than plates. Although, 1, 2, 3, we've got a lot of plates. Maybe it just feels like there's a lot of tiles. When actually, there's only meant to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of them. Ooh. Yes. Only we needed more 6s. Oh wait, plates first. 1 by 8s, maybe 4s. A couple weeks ago, you repackaging and labeling Pokemon cards. Sounds like you prematurely celebrated Pokemon Day. And then we've got Mario Day coming up as well. Wait, why do Nintendo have so many days? What is Pokemon Day? Well, besides a day to celebrate Pokemon, is it the first day Pokemon cards were sold? Is it like Batman, where you've got the other year they did a Bruce and Selena wedding thing on the day that it would have been in Gotham? Why Pokemon Day today? So February the 27th, 30 years ago on this day, the original Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green, Green being the better one of course, were first released in Japan. And there was a special broadcast today as well to share some updates regarding some Pokemon stuff. What do we have though? Has anyone covered what we've expecting to see, like the IGN, the typical, but no one seems to have covered, well, not under Pokemon Day at least. Oh, here we go. Games Radar. Everything announced at Pokemon. Everything announced at the Pokemon Presents Showcase. So, Pokemon Winds and Waves. Is that, what, red winds and green waves? It means about as much to me as it does to some of you, I'm sure. Gale of Darkness also coming out. There's a new Pokédex. Winds and Waves is the next generation. So they run out of numbers and needed elemental symbols instead, including Brout, Pombom, and Gekwa. Let me bring this up so we can all witness this together. This is what I think of the brand new Pokemon. The generation Waves and the other one. Pokemon Brown is not what I put into search. It was Brout. This is one of the star. Oh, look, these are the 3 of them. Oh, look at that one. That one looks like a little puppy. I love Eevee. Eevee's my favorite Pokemon because Eevee looks like a puppy. I love this one as well. Kind of looks like a yappy dog, like a smaller dog. We got a gecko. This is Brout. At first, this is some sort of bird, like a leaf bird though. Leaf eyebrows are cool. Looks like something out of Animal Crossing. I just can't put an animal behind it. Then we have Pombon. Pombon, like a Pomeranian bonbon, because they're round like the sweet. I like that one. That one's cool. Pombon. And then Gekwa, as in gecko. Gekwa. Not too bad. Again, don't know what any of these can do. If I had to guess, leaf, water, fire. I hope they're still keeping to those 3 for starters. And if you run away and come back a few times, I'm sure Pikachu will appear somehow. Pikachu's still around, right? And shiny versions of them as well. All right, this one's looking like a cross between Tepig and the other Pokemon from that gen. My Pokemon's a little rusty after Gen 1. I can name all but, I think it was all but 2 of the first gen Pokemon. I did the quiz on Google a while back, and it was it was a little handy because if you spelt it wrong, it would give it to you. And when you search for a Pokemon, I think it also mentioned, like, the hints were other evolutions of that Pokemon. So it kind of did cheat itself. And Pokemon Champions was announced. Pokemon Pokopia supporting a 3-player co-op. So new generation and a new game for Pokemon. Not bad. Don't know if the Lego sets were included because they come out today. But I think they would have been announced way back when. They're old news at this point. Nice little border. I remember running around that in the Lego games. I think the basic one does cap it a little. Bought the more expensive one on Black Friday. Basically the same price. Oh, nuts. Huh. Yeah, I suppose Black Friday, you don't get gift with purchases with tickets, but you must get some sort of limited sales on them. It would be cool if you got it would be cool if you got gift with purchases and like promotional freebies with Legoland tickets, but I think everyone would just book a Legoland ticket to get them. I like it when it rains because you get an exclusive Legoland brick. Rain brick. Ooh. I've seen a few exclusive, not sure they're Legoland bricks, but I know last time we went to Gossi, they had a ton of exclusive printed bricks on their little brick wall that they had in store. And they also had a few old-fashioned Star Wars bricks. So I might grab a few of the special bricks next time I'm passing by. But yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, first off, right, I've been counting a lot of these studs because I want to make sure they're correct. And even if they're in a Lego set, I'm sure there's similar sizes to this. When are Lego gonna add the dimensions of these bricks like they do in Technic? Add the plate on the screen, because they break things down so they're so easy to follow. But I'm sat here going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, counting the studs along it. Once you get halfway through, you can double it. But they could just have a little tent up on screen, able to measure it, like we've got with this map. Or alternatively, just size it up with the build, I suppose. But it'd just make it that little bit quicker. Aha! There you go. Sizing it up works too. Wouldn't mind seeing that. Be interesting to see what the Smart Brick City sets will look like. I am holding out for those. I'm hoping that they are just so amazing. They blow everyone's minds, essentially. I'm really hoping that the city sets are cool. Kind of like Technic pieces. Yeah, the beams have the little arrows on them with the numbers, or not the arrows, but the little ratio, I think. They have a scale or something. It'd be cool to see that for longer plates. Quite surprising Lego don't do that, because they do it with Technic and so many other bricks, the axles as well. Ooh. 1, 2. Oh, this is not feeling solid. Got a little bow to it. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. It's falling apart like the cockpit of the Y-Wing. There we go. Nope. Oh, I suppose this is what's locking it in. That's why it was resistant to it. It's got a little bit of bow. Now that I've locked it in place, it's actually quite secure. Another? Which means I'm going to need another 5 of these. No, 4. Whew. Let's hope none of the new sets need those. Totally didn't drop 3. There you go. For city sets, the Smart Brick has been used a lot in smaller builds like the Dewback. Do we think we will see like a £9 set with not, I need to clarify, not £49, but a small car with the Smart Brick in, sold separately? Or will they all be a part of police stations and hospitals? Because I think if Lego had a Smart Brick in a cheaper set, that's the way to do it. These compatible Smart Brick sets are going to shoot up in popularity, because if someone can get their hands on a Smart Brick for £20, £20, we've seen £35 in Star Wars, bring it down to £20 in City, I think the popularity of compatible sets shoots up because you've got the Smart Brick. Now people are spending maybe £30 in a sale for the X-Wing, and getting all these compatible sets because they now have a smart brick. It's kind of like a brick separator. These were only inexpensive sets, and then they started selling them £2.50 a piece for brick separators in poly bags, and suddenly a lot of people started using them because they were accessible. Same thing for the smart brick. It's tech, so I'm not saying £2.50. I even think £20 is still nothing. Like, it's still a decent price. And this is in a set, so it comes with a small £9 or so build of a car. I would be picking up, if there's a city set, all right. If there's a city set, how much would I pick up the smart brick for? I think £20 is solid. If there's a city set with the smart brick for under £20, so like $19.99 or cheaper, I think I'd pick that up. And I'd even go as far to say, I think I'd contemplate picking it up day one. I can't say I'd pick it up day one, because what if it's a rubbish set and then I've locked myself into picking it up day one? I don't want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I thought I counted 11. But £20 would be crazy, and then it works with all the Star Wars tiles anyway. By that time, the internet's got the tags. You could probably download them and activate them yourself. I would definitely consider £20 for a smart brick. Hello there. Let me add a poll. God, I love a poll. How much would you spend on the smart brick? How much? How the much? How the much? Where's that even come from? How much would you spend on smart brick? And I'm going to set a baseline. We're going to say minimum £20. I don't see him going below that. So currency doesn't matter. 20 to, what should we have as the ranges? Maybe at the minute the cheapest set is in that 70 to 100 range. So I'm going to cap it at that. That's going to be the highest. And 20 to 30 is the lowest. We've got 20 to 30, 40 to 60, 70 to 80. I think that covers the 3 big price margins for Lego. And right now it is available in that 70 to 100. So maybe that is a sweet spot, because it also doesn't make it too common that it's going to kill it off anytime soon. Where are the 2x12s? Here. Here they are. All right. And this is right up the middle. So this will need to be, we want this to be tan. We don't have a tan one of these. Or a dark tan one. 1x12s exist around. At the minute, 20 to 30. I suppose it's the cheapest one. That makes sense that that's in the lead. Just got back from getting your new car. Oh, smart brick sold separately still. Awesome, one new car. New real car, I assume, not Lego car. Either way, sounds awesome. 1 by 12. I assume that the smart brick would be in that $70-80 range for city. I think it would be about the same as what it's been costing now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. But I think if it goes down to £20, I'd have to pick it up. At that price, you just can't complain. I can't. Legos. Oh. Legos EV will be at your house tomorrow morning. Can't wait to build it. Is that the black and red one? That one looks cool. I like how Lego are going with electric vehicles, because I know a lot of European countries especially are looking at phasing out non-electric vehicles, which makes sense. Why would you have non-electric vehicles on the road when everything can be powered more sustainably? But oh, Pokemon EV. Oh, I see. Awesome. That's quite quick then. It's only come out today. Nice delivery. Hope you didn't pay any more for it. Still though, Pokemon Eevee. I've lost what I was saying. Oh yes, Eevee, electric vehicles. The taxi we built, that was electric. Now that I know it's Eevee the pup, or Eevee the Puppamon, the Pokemon, I guess I can stop talking about batteries in cars. Aha. What do we need? 2 of these? Or 1 of these and a 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 1 of these and a 4. So that's not that bad. Also, let's flip these around, because we can only see a handful of colours when they're on their side. Whereas if they're like this, we can see all the colours. Hopefully this still fits in. Nothing's fallen down, is it? Why are these longer? There we go. And that should get in the way. I feel like it's going to get in the way. 4-wheel drive one. That's also a good point. I suppose electric vehicles, it comes down to a cost, because 4-wheel drive is not always superior to 2-wheel drive. A lot better grip on the road though. No, when you're in Jakarta, owning an EV doesn't have the racks and allows you to drive on all roads. Oh, I love an EV car, can't afford. Oh yeah, Teslas are well expensive. I wouldn't recommend a Tesla to anyone, but if you can afford it, I bet it's a real. You'd want to have a real smooth drive for that cost. You get a Tesla and it starts having problems. Oh no. I don't know what you do afterwards. Oh, this is gonna be awkward, because oh no, we could switch. Yeah, okay. We'll switch it. We didn't have any 1x10s, did we? 1x10s for this bit, because that would solve everything. Oh, hold on. We don't have 1x10s. Wait. Oh, we have a 1x10. No, 1x10s. Yes. Okay. Knowledge. Any more though? No. Okay. We can only get so lucky on stream. So we'll run these up the middle. And then run those up the side. And just get some 1x2s in there. That way we've got some more 1x8s as we need later. Got locked in a Tesla as it caught fire. Yeah, no thanks. No fires. Imagine. Okay, I don't want to downplay a fire. Fire's bad. There's been some really bad fires in the last few months. Imagine Lego in the boot. Lego, flammable, releases toxic fumes when burnt, as proven on the channel when we burnt Mustafa. Don't ask. I will not be answering any questions. Next. Bought the Lego set. We're building. You want to buy the Lego set sometime soon. This does look cool. It's the Yavin set has retired, so I don't know how much this is. I don't know how much this is selling for. If you were to get it and spell it correctly. I also saw that Lego are stopping any of their designs being sold on Temu, on Shein, on AliExpress, any of those. Never bought a set off there because they're all just knockoff bricks, aren't they? Still in the design. And I'm all for compatible bricks. Lego shouldn't have a monopoly on plastic bricks, but stealing designs, not only is that illegal in most places, it's also just uncool. Super uncool. Might as well pay someone for their design. Or at least show it off on a stream. Free advertising for Lego right here. It seems to be about 100 and £160 it's not selling. It is selling for about 120, which I think is good because it cost £150 retail. So you can buy it cheaper than retail despite the fact it's no longer around. Can't say that about many sets. Oh, these two up there. And a lot of 1x1s. I can't remember what I needed these for earlier, but I stole a few of these 1x1s earlier. I've just got so many of them thanks to the pick and build in Lego stores. Do I have enough? Oh yeah, there's a few good prices on eBay for it. That's where I was finding a lot of the listings for 120. I think eBay might be coming back with its prices because I've noticed a lot of, even for minifigures, they're quite expensive on sites like Brickow. There's a lot of competition in the market and sometimes they can drive the price up so much that it's more affordable picking them up on other sites like eBay. I am yet to have, I'm 0 for 1. No, 0 for 2 on eBay. I've tried to buy 2 things on eBay and both of them have gone sideways, but that is purely seller. That seller to seller differs so much. Got a Tesla, but not the new car. Don't know what the name of the car. Huh. I don't know cars. I barely know what a Tesla is. I know what a Tesla is because of well, you see the adverts and everyone talking about it. Because it's the most expensive car, just like Lego is the most expensive brick company. Just being the most expensive gets them on the front page of magazines and talked about in all sorts of ways. Did I fall one short? Did I fall one short? Or have I just not nicked it from the previous part of the build yet? Let's have a look if there's a 1x1 we can swap out. No, 1x1 plates. Oh, we could use a plate. I tell you what I'm actually going to do. Switch a few of these tiles out to plates so that we can get more flowers on them. You did buy Lego Pokemon. Happy Pokemon Day. I have to build something for Mario Day. Can't believe I missed building Eevee for Pokemon Day. Still wouldn't mind building that motion Eevee. Especially after Simba. I mean, like Blue Bricks. What's Blue Bricks? Is that a company that sells mocks or a company that sells bricks? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Your 1x2s. Here we go. Yeah, I'm swapping out a few of the tiles here. Because even though we've got some studs down the middle, I don't want the flowers to, or the leaves, the botanical elements to be stuck in the same places. So we can get a leaf drapes down over here. I'm not trying to keep it symmetrical, but sometimes it accidentally happens. We only had 8 studs to play with. It was bound to be symmetrical in one plane or another. Any other plates? Nah. Oh. Ingots would look so good here, but I think the reason they've got the black tiles is to represent a little gap shining through. Ooh. We got us some green. Don't think we asked for that. Because we got the gaps up the top. And if they left everything gapped here, and all the way up, it'd just be way too fragile. Alternate brick sets. Oh, nice. Yeah, I went out. Actually, I've just recorded a video. It'll be out in the next couple of days with a few. alternate sets sprinkled throughout, because I think it is important to know that Lego isn't the only way you can buy bricks, especially starting out. Lego is very expensive. So I think mainly for display, alternate bricks are quite good. 30 years old, you can still buy Eevee Pokemon Lego set. Yeah. Yeah, they had the Mega Bloks one out previously. Looks quite cool. I do think Lego needed more. Lego needed more for Pokemon because of how well Mega did. But it's a different board game. Lego don't have a massive audience that likes the Technic gears and some of the functions that they add. Whereas that was Mega's thing. Mega's thing was, even in the smaller sets with the minifigure, their minifigure scale Pokemons, they weren't minifigure, they're Pokemon minifigs. A lot of those had motors in or had some sort of gear mechanism that could be twisted. Where are these? These ones. All right. I'm going to have to cover these in a bunch of tan pieces. I think I only have these in grey. So left one and the right one. Get some tiles on top of that. And a few of those as well. Ooh, 2 draws out. No, for the second time. Right, maybe we need to add some sort of, if 2 draws are out, then something needs to happen. Just to dissuade me from it. It's a shame Mega Bloks just does Hot Wheels. Yeah, because they lost Transformers. They lost Pokemon. They lost... Do they still have Halo? I know they stopped doing Barbie ages ago. I didn't realise they did Barbie Lego sets. Or dream houses and everything, which is what a lot of the mocks on Rebrickable are based off. Love Lego. It's better. Knockoff fake. Better than fake Lego. Feel bad for the Lego company. I think competition helps Lego, because when you see some of the things that Mega are doing, like their Hot Wheels cars, they look pretty good. But the amount of new parts that they bring in for their cars, because they just can't use regular bricks in the way that Lego designers do. Lego designers are paid really well, like crazy well. That's not to dissuade from that. Do we need more of the longer? Thought we would. But Speed Champions are on another level to the Hot Wheels cars. They are different projects, but when you see a knockoff Lego set for so much, because they're getting expensive. Alternate brands are getting very expensive compared to Lego that is still getting more expensive. But to think, in the last 20-something years, 20-something is a bit too much. In the last 20-odd years, you can still walk into a Lego store and buy a Lego set for £9. That hasn't changed. What has changed is the alternate bricks selling for, previously it was maybe £2-3. Now they've upped it to £5-6, and recently they're upping it to Lego prices, and the quality's just not there yet. Lego Yu-Gi-Oh set coming out soon. I saw the announcement for that. I again know nothing on Yu-Gi-Oh. My brother was big on Yu-Gi-Oh. It was a card game. I liked Bakugan, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh is quite a recent addition, isn't it, to those sort of games like Pokemon. Pokemon is a card game. They've got the show going as well, based on the show. Based on the video game. Apparently, Pokemon, 30 years since that, and Bakugan had the toys based on the show. Like anything, got the toys based on the show. But Yu-Gi-Oh, I feel like, is a bit newer. Don't know if that is the actual case. 1x6. 1x6 is in here. Haha. And this will secure on the other plates. That is the piece I'm looking for, or was looking for. Star Trek did decently. I do think a lot of people interested in Star Trek didn't pick up the Lego set because of how expensive it was. But looking at some of those mega Star Trek sets, they weren't exactly cheaper. They just, you could get more for the value. Not in terms of parts, but in terms of different ships. Ooh. If Star Trek come out with a handful of ships, the only issue is people would be picking up one of them. And Lego are interested in profits more than anything. I don't think that's ever not been clear. Especially when adults are concerned. They know they can make a bit of money off bigger sets. Could you imagine if the aftermarket, if buy-in parts didn't exist and you could only pick them up through Lego? How expensive it would be to build any sizable mock just using parts in 18 plus Lego sets. That'd be an interesting thing to look at because you can do it. You can do it through alt builds. We did it with the UCS ATS thing. But that was an expensive set and that got you a load of grey parts. I wouldn't want to do that for every build. That was one of the cheaper 18 plus sets given Pokemon and who knows what's next. Yu-Gi-Oh is... I don't know. I'm not in the Yu-Gi-Oh community at all. But I feel like it's more childish. Like Pokemon... 30 years of Pokemon, that's got an adult fan base. That's only twice as long as Ninjago. Only twice as long as Ninjago. Wow, that puts it into perspective. Ninjago in 15 years coming out with only expensive sets. Yeah, that's one way to kill it off. Yeah, that's the right size. And then more 1x4s. Oh, come on, Lego. I don't have 1x4s. Can't we switch it up? What if I do oh, I could do 2x. Especially for the middle bit here. I could do a 2x6 if I had it. Awesome, 2x2s and have a black sticker going halfway up as well. Either or. Got to be one more 1x4. Right? Oh, yeah. No, it's 1x6. Wow. Is that all of the 1x4s? No. You know what, I'm going to save that one. Same as the 1x1s. They're too valuable to be left in Yavin. The amount I've already used. If only I knew. When Blue Bricks had a license for Star Trek, there was a decent variety of sets. Yeah, I think that's Lego's biggest issue. Making one expensive set as opposed to a load of different. Imagine Lego comes out with, well, they did. Lego came out with a few Death Star playsets not too many years ago. If they connected like Hogwarts, Harry Potter fans, there are a handful of Harry Potter fans that are trying to build a complete complete Hogwarts. There are a handful. Harry Potter fans aren't Star Wars fans. Could you imagine how many Star Wars fans would be building a Death Star with all the individual playsets? I considered doing it when the Death Star was coming out, and then I saw the price and I didn't want to attempt it. Compared to how expensive that set is, it's not going to look as good as it does. Maybe some people would like it a bit more if they could shape it their own way. Because it's not necessarily a cheese wheel for everyone at that point. That's like so. But I still think it will come out looking cheese wheely to most. I'd probably do it. K-pop Demon Hunter sets. Again, I wonder if it's multiple sets. If Wicked was perfect. Wicked was the perfect release for Lego. Star Trek, pricey. Pricey. There is a kids Star Trek show as well, so they could have launched, I don't know if the Enterprise shows up in it, but they could have launched a little Aliens pack as well. Star Wars fans would eat up a Star Trek set with a bunch of different aliens, especially Battle Pack style. Battle Pack price, maybe a little ship, bit of scenery like the new Mando one, and same with Yu-Gi-Oh! If there was a small set, think of like Mega's Pokedex for Pokemon, but a small set that looked like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, or maybe like an art set that had the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Think the old BB-8 set, the Batman like postcard style sets. But for Yu-Gi-Oh, that could be pretty neat. That could be pretty neat. Wicked had a variety of sets. You got the art set. We built Alderaan with the art set. That's what that is down there with the Death Star blowing it up. Oh, I love that. That is pretty cool. You've got the bookends as well, which are like more adulty sets. But then you have your smaller sets, your £20 sets. Same with Yavin. You've got this big Yavin set. Then you have a ship, which is slightly cheaper. You'd need a Rebel Battle Pack a little less. And we did get a Rebel Battle Pack on a speeder. A speeder that is a Lego exclusive idea that is kind of themed around Hoth as well. But if K-pop Demon Hunters, it's popular enough to get the Wicked treatment. It really is. And I know Wicked got ahead of the game. Four singles, what? Oh, they can all be plates as well. K-pop Demon Hunters does need multiple sets. The fact that it's coming out this year and next year, definitely going to be multiple sets. I think it'll be big 18 plus. I'm still not feeling great about 18 plus sets. I feel like 18 plus, as someone who's seen the Star Trek set and the Star Wars sets over the last years, there are some good ones. Slave One is the pinnacle of what 18 plus sets could be. Yeah, it's starting to sag. We'll see if it lasts much longer. I might just have to rotate it down. I do want to have a little look at what is sagging on it and if we can secure the nose. But 18 plus, if Lego were to say they're announcing, well, like that, K-pop Demon Hunters or Yu-Gi-Oh or any another Zelda set, if they were to announce it would be an 18 plus theme, instantly I'm sort of turned away from it, because 18 plus typically means like no play features, probably not a load of minifigures, not that much detail, like no interior typically, and it's going to be made to sit on a shelf. I quite like Lego sets that have a little inside to them, that have a few features, even the odd missile and the odd stud shooter. They're the fun sets, even for adults, that adults have to deal with taxes, have to deal with, you know, paying for this, paying for that. If stud shooters were in more sets, I think more adults would be enjoying Lego. If it was made fun for adults as well. At most, they should be 14 plus. 100% agree. 100%. All the way. Oh, look at that leaf stuck in the bottom. I did skip over the last leaves because I want to add them all once. After I find where I put this Technic. Nope, not this one. Other one. And what this is on top. Why do we have Technic pinholes at the top of this build? And does it matter if we go with that one or if we go with a wider one? These can never be snuck in. Not usually. Might as well go with this whilst we can. Oh yeah, just getting 18 plus. It makes sense that Lego would want adults to buy it because, especially if it's only one set, it's going to be expensive. 18 plus means multiple hundreds, and 18 plus is Lego's most profitable line. The profit margins are nuts, considering that 18 plus makes up, what was it, like 15% of their buyers? Only 15% of Lego sets sold and recorded through the Builders app are sold to adults. The rest of them are for kids, children, grandkids. You know, they're bought with others in mind. But adults don't make up a big margin, but they make up a majority profit for Lego. That goes to show this isn't adults spending more money. I think it can be misread that way. This is adults' sets costing more. Adults are, of course, spending more money as well. No doubt about that. I'd love to see the ratios of that. But this is the sets that adults are buying are costing percentages more than sets that kids are buying. Which means they're bigger, they're better, but the ratios do not add up. I think most adults are also buying the like 14 plus sets, whereas even teenagers are picking up a load of the 4 plus sets, because the Snowspeeder was an awesome set. The N1 is a really cool set. I should probably get the big leaf in before I box any of this out. Oh wait, let's get the lighter one. And that's right at the top. There we go. Just sneaking through there. Oh, we can add a few leaves around. Maybe a little one up. Oh, it doesn't fit. Does this one fit? Oh, it doesn't fit. No. We might have to add a few green plates to continue the vines. Oh, let's get a bunch of these leaves. Don't know about other elements. Maybe a few of the smaller flowers, like these 1x1s. They're usually helpful. Oh yeah, that was the set. The tiger from Demon Hunters. The tiger and the bird. I think the bird's rumored to be included in that as well. That's the set that's coming out this year, or rumored to come out this year. And then we've got more sets next year. That would be a cool set to see. I'd enjoy Demon Hunters. Very catchy music in it. Love the music. Where does this vine... Oh. Ooh. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that. It's quite cool. I like the way they've done this vine. It's just a green plate, but the underside of the plate does make it look very viney. And... oh, that plant is definitely in the middle there. And then, does this even fit at the angle? There, that's the furthest it goes. Yeah, it fits. That works. The same for the top one there. 4 plus Snowspeeder fits much better with the play scale 80/80 compared to the regular ones. You got that as well. A lot of the smaller sets scale up really nicely. I think a lot of the 4 plus sets are closer to scale with the bigger sets than many people realize. There's a lot of numbers involved though in it when you're working out the scales of sets. As long as smaller ships are smaller, I think it doesn't look too off. Way! Pretty decent angle you can get on this if you were to make this massive, or you could have it up straight. The only thing is these clip off. Look at that, how easy that pops off. They're not reinforced. I feel like they should be, but they might not be able to be reinforced. What I'm going to do is grab a tan 1x1 to reinforce it. Not that a tan 1x1 would do much to reinforce it, but it's the next element that will really hold it on. K-pop Demon Hunters 2 in 27 or 28. You think there's going to be a second one? Ooh, there is an opportunity to keep going with it. Yeah, it's Sony, so they probably will franchise it. I think it'd be pretty cool for them to do a similar style of movie as well. It'd be nice for the voice actors to get another role. I think they go do another movie that's different from it, but bring the fans over. Oh, wait a second. Oh, tiles. Down here, innit? In it? No, it ain't. Oh, I bet I've lost it in the back here. No. Oh, this is fun. Trying to figure out where these under tile goes. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing a second Demon Hunters, because they did finish off the story nice. I don't know where there is to go, unless they do it like Star Wars. A New Hope fit as its own movie. Perhaps they do a second movie that works as its own. And they call it something other than K-pop, so that parents don't get confused and take their kids to this random K-pop concert just because it's got K-pop in the name. Did anyone see about that? I think everyone probably saw about that. Because I mean, it kind of makes sense. I think the problem with that whole concert thing was the fact that they couldn't find any of the undertiles that they wanted to use. Where on earth? Where have they gone? I could have sworn they were in here. Am I blind? Am I blind? Are the round 2x2 inverted tiles in here? Or did I have to bag them? Because they were too big for a drawer, weren't they? Oh, I might have bagged them. No, maybe I didn't. Maybe. Alright, I don't really know where they went. Either way, those inverted tiles would be able to secure on the back of here. I'll find those later so that we can at least finish this build. Can't believe we've been going for an hour and a half already. Seems weird because we started it early. The first Demon Hunters broke Netflix streaming record. Ah. Personally, you like the smaller 2021 winter set wave, considering you could buy 2 TIE fighters for the price of the solo one. Oh, that was a good TIE fighter as well. I mocked that out to an interceptor. An interceptor. Oh, we went to build Gideon's TIE. I don't know why we didn't do that. Unless we did and I forgot. I don't think we did it. There was something else to go on the front here. Before we get too carried away, let's go back. Oh, they only added 2 leaves. 2. That was it. Should have added a few more tile bits. A few more tan bits to it. Let's get a few more big leaves. Get some massive ones up the front, especially toward the lower ends of this tower. Yeah, one right there. And can we flip one? Or will the studs... studs kind of get in the way. Ah. Okay. We can get one there. And then we have the vines crawling out. Nope. It said no. Sorry. And possibly something up the top. I think that might be too much up the top. So we'll just include a few down here. Yeah, we don't want to overdo it with leaves. I think the top's looking a bit empty, so we'll add one little vine in that gap. That's got it nice and mossied up. Strangest thing, Krill House is on back order. It's probably going to be on back order quite a bit because as it keeps coming back in stock, especially because it went on back order so quickly, you get a load of people buying it to resell it on eBay. It still blows my mind that people are trying to sell back ordered Lego sets because they come back in stock. They're not out of stock for too long. They come back in stock pretty quickly on Lego. I suppose it's that premium price for getting it day one, just like we were talking about with Star Wars. And I will be building 2 of these walls, one a mirror image of the other, because I'm pretty sure that's what Lego are going to do. I feel like this is another one of those mirror image, and Lego will tell you when it's too late. I'm also feeling like we're going to need 2 more of those plates, 2 more of those black plates higher up. It's like a 1x5. Maybe we need to rotate them. Maybe they're 4x4s. We'll find out. And then more long plates in tan. That's what I said earlier. Because we have a few light bluish grey and tan plates. For some reason, we stuck with dark tan, which we haven't been doing throughout the rest of the build. So we'll grab some light tan. And we could have gone with dark tan plates and then just black ingots on the top as well. Another option if you're building along. I still haven't finished Stranger Things. I got to episode 4. And when I say that this year, me and my partner have binged, what, the first 16, and then you got 3 of Dragon's Rising, 19 seasons of Ninjago. We are coming up to finish 2 months after we started. So I don't think that's too bad. All of Ninjago in 2 months. Good luck trying to do that with all of Star Wars, Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance. Impossible to do. Oh, wait. We've got a ton more tan pieces. Oh, get out of here. We'll use tan. Because these are tall enough to have dark tan at the bottom. Brick needs a little clean. There we go. Nice and shiny. So we've got the dark tan at the bottom. And then we've got the grey slopes. And mirror image. Don't want the drawer, just want the wedges. We'll take that bunch because it needs to be a little higher. Imagine a White House build done in the style of Stranger Things Upside Down house. So you pull it apart and it collapses. I know what you mean. Lego did do an architecture. That's the name of the line. They did an architecture White House set. I don't think they'd do another they'd do another White House set. I mean, I think there's got to be instructions for like a modular White House though, because it's such a popular American landmark, a popular States of America landmark. I'd say the White House is one. White House is very like States of America. Is it a popular American landmark? Yeah, President of the United States. That's a big country. That is a big country. Respectfully, it's a big country. It's gotta be. It's impressive, surely. A bit like Buckingham Palace, but if Buckingham Palace was where. Yeah, it was where the President of America lived, I guess. And like half the other important peeps. I thought the last season of Stranger Things felt a bit rushed. Yeah, I do feel like they tried to tie up so much it could have easily been a few more seasons. They were like, all right, final season, let's get everything out of there. And even though I only watched 4 episodes, it feels like I've watched another season. And it's just left on a cliffhanger, and I'm sure the next 4 episodes will feel like their own season. And then same for the final. They did come out in different parts. Was it 4 episodes at a time? Because if so, maybe that's why it feels like they're their own series. Ooh, look at that, corner plates. Yes, I haven't used those. I don't think we've used them all Yavin build. I don't think there's any corner plates in this mock. Yeah. A few more singles to fill up. Right there. No, it's all upside down. uh, yeah, I think the White House, because of the history of the White House as well, and the fact that it's been around for so long. I'm not a fan of Trump either, don't worry. But Trump aside, the White House is, I think that's why Lego wouldn't do a White House, because of how deep Trump is in everything right now. And they claim to be anti-political. Recently, I think Lego have kind of been holding that up. Besides the fact they don't recognize Mexico as America, you know, I sounds pretty political to me. When the rest of the world recognizes it, that sounds pretty political to me. I do call Lego out for some of their dodgy decisions like that, but the Lego are gonna Lego. To buy Boyers. If only we could have used some of the corner pieces from this as well. Need some wedges with some holes in them. That would be cool. I should have 1x8s. I think buildings, especially buildings with political, I mean, the White House has been involved in every American decision since like forever. But because the building is popular, similar to the Taj Mahal that Lego come out with, like that's got a history behind it, but Lego released it because it's just the architecture behind it. And I don't think the White House is too impressive architecture wise. A lot of what makes the White House significant is its history. I have no idea what's going on in chat anymore. All right, steering away from politics. Well, that's the problem is Lego then put their foot down for the Indiana Jones set that they didn't. I mean, the Indiana Jones set was kind of unrelated, but they don't come out and say otherwise. That's the problem. Lego, when something comes out and it's like, oh, they're not releasing this broken Lego Technic plane, not because it doesn't work, but because of something going on in the world, that's when Lego need to come out and say, no, it's because of it was broken. The Technic mechanism didn't work in the set. Because otherwise it sends the wrong message. I think sometimes Lego's anti-political, and actually recently I've been paying more attention to politics and the news and such, because I realized I had this very anti-political stance, and I never get political on here because Lego's for everyone no matter what. But I will say the fact that Lego is so anti-political it hurts them has made me pay more attention to politics and to what's going on, because, you know, sometimes not getting involved isn't the right thing to do and can be worse. And Lego is living proof of that. Oh, Lego have messed up so many times. I'm not gonna air their dirty laundry on this stream. You just Google it, and I'm sure everyone else is talking about it. But sometimes they do need to put out a statement just to say, especially Lego, like, there is bad advertising. Lego gets bad advertising more than most other toy companies because of how connected to the adult audience it is. They just need to come out and say, this wasn't our intention. This is not what we meant by. And like, no, that's just not right. Rather than, and it's not just on the news. I know news gets bad press. The news gets bad press. Oh, why did that sound so funny? The news does get bad press, but I think it's also a lot of people on the platform, on YouTube, especially Lego creators, that run with these ideas of, oh yes, because of religious exhibit A, this set can't be about. When I don't think to date Lego have ever not made a Lego set because of a reason like that. Yeah. Lego need a spokesperson. That's what they need. I'm sure Lego have a spokesperson. Or a few spokespeople. Did we have any more 1x1s, or are we out? Hello there! Welcome back to the non-political segment of the stream. I need to introduce more tan and greys and different colours. Oh wait, did I have a 1x1? No, I think that was the 1x1. We'll save that for later. I could also... Oh, I've seen an opportunity for more corner plates. Oh dear. If we pop off these 1x1s, 1x2s, look, corner plate, and it secures it to the rest of the build, a bit more solid than the 1x2. I think going forward, even, I mean, you've seen it on the channel so many times. We've built a new Lego set and just swapped out the parts. What? Just a random pair of legs fell from the sky. Just a random pair of legs. What? I don't have the window open. There's no holes in the ceiling that I'm aware of. And I just got a random pair of legs. None of my minifigures are missing legs. Oh, they're onto us. Oh no. Quick, hide the minifigures. Hide the legs. Maybe start on the outside and we'll smooth between the light tan. So that gives it a slightly cleaner look. I should build Lego Ninjago. I do have a set coming up that will have multiple builds for. So stay tuned for that. I do also want to turn... Remember the cruise we built last year that looks like the cruise from Percy Jackson? Complete accident, but it does look like the cruise from Percy Jackson. I want to take that and build it into the Bounty because it uses one of those city boat bottoms that actually float. And for most of the show, the Bounty does actually float. But I don't think Lego have ever made a Bounty that actually floats. I might be mistaken. I haven't been keeping tabs on every Bounty in the last 15 years. They have made so many. But there's probably one that can float for a few seconds before tipping over and drowning itself. I think a Bounty that floats just makes so much sense. Lego set 70503. Ooh, it's an older one. The Golden Dragon from 2013. 13 years ago. A few of the dragon elements. I do have... I can't remember now. But when my brother passed up, gave us that box of Lego with those Ninjago sets in. We had Cole's car. I think Kai's bike was in it. There was the temple, the one that... I don't want to spoil it too much, but Nia and Jay's temple, you know, the tower. The one at the top of all the steps, that one. Oh look, some more of those some more of those chocolate buttons. And then, oh yeah, we're gonna have to find out where these leaf bits go on the other side, aren't we? The Ninjago dragons are awesome. Are they light bluish grey? Right, I'll grab those while I'm here then. Are they going to secure them in? What do we think? Are they going to secure in these bar elements, or are they just going to leave them loose and allow them to break? Because these are extended so far up, they could have a anti-slope, which we could also add to the other one if if we extended them up. There we go. Thank you, Lego. Anti-slopes. Maybe that's what we need on the other one as well. Where am I looking for slopes? Here's the slopes. Here's the slopes. And here's the bar elements. We're going to flip it on the other side as well. There should be some bigger anti-slopes in here. Anti-slopes. Better than saying inverted slope. And it means the same thing, essentially. You built it yesterday. Awesome. Lego Black Pearl and Titanic is retiring this year. Oh, that'd be great sets to pick up with a discount as well. And then what is this little ledge? This bracket. Grab two of those again. This has got to be my favorite drawer, the drawer of brackets. I'd show you on the main cam, but I don't want to tip these over. Satisfying to look at. I don't know why, because they don't slot in, or they're not. There's nothing too satisfying about them. They just are satisfying. And then let's get the flowers on the other side before we clip them both together. Is that the exact same? One there. No, this one's a little taller. Okay, not exactly the same. Little difference there. I'm also going to go ahead and place a third leaf down here, just so they're even more different. Even more different. And then, ooh, firm. Okay. I assume that sticks out a little bit further, but first, let's get rid of these. Won't be needing that. And I think what I'm going to do... Oh, wait, these are clips. I thought these are bars. Oh! Do an animated series and was wondering if I could say... All right, just for you. I'm not going to do this if everyone asks. But, you know, because of how esteemed a voice actor I am. Any sort of voice you want, or just regular... John, is that a shotgun and a second shotgun? Why do you need two? How was that? There you go. No, I do not teach masterclasses in voice acting. Clip it, clip it. Quick, someone clip it. Why do they need to? Just double shotgun in. There you go. That one's on the house. We need clips. One clip. And a second clip. And we might need those one by ones. Ash from Pokemon. I probably couldn't do Ash's voice if I practiced, if I trained for it. Ooh, squeeze this up one. I quite like when voice actors do a voice that doesn't suit them. Similar to Ninjago with, I don't know, I guess Zane's voice. I'd say Zane's voice actor because, you know, they're not a robot. And if you don't know, Ash's voice actor is a woman, which surprises some people. I think when Pokemon started out, that was surprising. Isn't Bart's voice actor also a woman? That was surprising. Simpsons is older than 30 years. How old is Simpsons? 87, 39, 30, 30, 30, 49 years old, I think. No, 87, 30, yeah, 39. Oh, I questioned myself. I should have run with it. 39, 87, no, actually. Oh yeah, 39. I'm going to have to do the math here. 1 second. 2026 minus 1987. 39. Okay, I question myself way too much. You could just record it once the live stream's finished. Good point. Bobby Hill's voice actor is a woman as well. There you go. Who's my favourite voice actor? Gotta be Mark Hamill. Gotta be Mark Hamill for his Joker. Otherwise, oh, I tell you what, Ashley Eckstein's up there. Ashley Eckstein, Eckstein, isn't it? I've never said that out loud before, I don't think. Usually I'd say like Ahsoka's voice actor. She's up there because the emotion that Ahsoka portrays as, I would say, the main character of Clone Wars is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy considering the voice is the only thing you've got to go off. And having been such a huge fan of Clone Wars for so long, I think she's up there with Mark as the Joker. And Luke. He's been Luke at some point. All right, we've sloped that off. I wonder what these brackets are going to be. D. Bradley Baker. Oh, yeah, you've blown me out of the water with that one. That's a good point. Oh, what? As Z, you know what? First take, I'm going to smash pronunciation. John, what the hell is a xenobeastoid? That's some alien madness. I cannot wait to see what that is. James Arnold Taylor. Oh, you throw chat as well. Yeah, I think Clone Wars is just a goated show for all the voice actors, and then you've got half of them coming across to live action, which I think is so much more difficult than it's made out to look. Got another James Arnold Taylor. Yeah, I think Clone Wars as a whole, all of them go up there, and then Mark Hamill voiced. Was it Mark Hamill that voiced Darth Bane? So he's included in that list. Clone Wars voice actors. That's another tier list we need to do. Ranking Clone Wars voice actors. I couldn't. Half of them would be S tier and half of them would be A tier because they weren't given enough lines. Like, they're the sort of excuses I'd make for not putting them S tier. Although Mark Hamill in S tier as Darth Bane, I think everyone's S tier at that point. I can't excuse Mark Hamill and just not put the rest with him. Oh, there's so many good voices. And also, does Clone Wars, I think it's more so Rebels, and I don't know about Resistance voice actors. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't look into Resistance as much because it didn't go on for as long. But Rebels had a few secret celebrity voice actors, did it not? Am I thinking that right? Rebels had a few, like not celebrities as in people out of the field, but voice actors that had voiced other things come in to voice people for, pretty sure it was Rebels. Maybe it was Clone Wars as well. Maybe both of them have some famous voice actors. Although I think a lot of the famous voice actors from Clone Wars are famous for Clone Wars. Dee Bradley's voiced so much. Dee Bradley's also still in Star Wars. Voices Nubs and a few other creatures in Young Jedi Adventures. Which, yeah, the animals in that are done really well. I don't think he voices every animal, but he does voice a lot of them. Might as well voice every animal. Probably be cheaper for Star Wars if he did. Either that or better for him. Next Star Wars movie comes out. Dee Bradley Baker. Clones! Yes! When we get that Clones animated show that I have been going on about for years, it's just going to be Dee Bradley Baker. Dee Bradley Baker. Dee Bradley Baker. Dee Bradley Baker. Mr. Baker. Mr. D. Baker. Bradley Letter D. Baker. Ahsoka TV show on Disney Plus next season 2027. I think it's rumoured for later this year. I think it's going to do a Boba Fett. I think it's going to come around Christmas time, because a lot of, Stranger Things over Christmas/winter for the new year, I think a lot of shows around that period do well because it's winter, and like I said about the Legoland tickets, no one's really going out and about. They're staying indoors and they're able to watch through a lot more content. Like now, imagine trying to watch through Ninjago over the summer in 2 months. I feel like it'd take us at least 3. Even if we're not going out like every day. What do I need? A leaf. Or 2. It just takes you a lot longer in the summer to watch things because so much is happening outside. Because it's good weather. Oh, 3. Hold on. 3. 1, 2, 3. What flowers, what leaves did we have on the front? We wanted 3 leaves. Oh, we only had 2 on the top. So they had another one at the bottom. So excited. Yeah, Ahsoka season 1 was so good. And season 2, the concepts that they've got to play on, it's going to be insane. So 1, 2, they had another one on the side. We don't have any leaves on the outside. So I am going to fill up. There's quite a gap down this side, and I feel like the gap shouldn't be there. Nope, I've put these sides on the wrong way. All right, off you pop. Let's try and get this round the right way. Should have had a look at that. Oh, and then these brackets are supporting the gap from the inside. Oh, the brackets don't really do anything. Maybe they hold something in a minute. We're going to find that out. But we can still put a little leaf down here. There we go. Not too much, but it does distract from the grey corners. Hello there, Bevel. I swear this is the last voice line. All right. One more. One more voice line as we find out 2x4. Let me have a drink. Very professional here. I need to have like run a marathon for this one. Ah, John, the Xenobeastoid has me. Shoot it. What do you mean the shotgun ran out of ammo? Are you like that? That stress that I put on my voice. Only the best. Just returned from the event to hear that. Welcome, Bevel. Oh, the event looked so cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'd find those sort of events going on. No problem. One Piece is March 10th. Is it? Oh wow. We've also got March 4th is the Mall comic, but I'm super bummed. The Mall comic, which was a prequel, no problem. The Mall comic that's a prequel to the show doesn't fully come out until way after the show is done, which is crazy that, like, it's a prequel. Catalyst came out after Rogue One, but that's because they didn't know if Rogue One was going to be a success or not. This Mall comic, the first episode comes out before the show. The second episode comes out, the second issue comes out, I think it's only like a 4 or 6 part, comes out the first episode, and then a month later, the show's almost done, and we're only halfway through the comics. Tell everyone when I was practicing Palpatine lines as you were waking from a nap. Oh, I always used to do that. I'd be like in the bathroom sorting myself out and just be stood, especially with the mirror, because I always liked when I went into Palpatine or when I did certain voices, there'd be something that would change with my face to get into it, especially when I do Palpatine. Like my jaw comes forward. And I find that so interesting when I'm putting on different voices, the way my face changes involuntarily, just because it feels like it has to. You know, you're trying to morph into a character, but it doesn't matter about the appearance. It is weird, but yeah, I bet that's quite shocking to wake up to. A Belgium artist that made one-to-one sculptures of people with 2 million bricks. Oh wow, 2 million bricks. I couldn't picture 2 million bricks, because you see some of the tall London's Lego store, the big one, Leicester Square, has a giant Big Ben that's built with like thousands of bricks. But I don't know what 2 million bricks would look like. That's probably Lego house size, right? Like I'm trying to picture 2 million 2x4s. I know they're not all 2x4s, but 2 million 2x4s gives you a sense for how many bricks. Yes, can't wait for that video. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Quarter tiles in here, turntables in here. Again, turntables. But we've seen some of the non-turntables. Now we're seeing the turntables back. We've had two different sorts of turntables, but this could have fit a 4x4 turntable. This could have filled in the final turntable we'd need, especially if they put down, it's not a rounded plate, so this wouldn't have worked for this, but it would have worked for the blasters. Some more brackets. Ah. Palpatine is one of the funnest voices to do as well, or at least for me. One of the funnest voices. Palpatine, Jar Jar. They're characters that have such distinguishable voices, although I've noticed as I see less and less Jar Jar on screens, which is quite sad. You know, the Aftermath books did him dirty. I love the Aftermath books for their writing. That Jar Jar chapter is one of the saddest things I have ever read. And I don't think it says too much, it just implies so much more. They did him dirty. Yeah, Jar Jar, Palpatine. So many characters. It's like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Such an easy to identify voice that you can just slip into the voice anytime and people know exactly, even if you're not doing a perfect impression of the character, most people will know exactly who you're trying to sound like, who you're trying to pull off. Oh no, wrong one, it was 50-50. Alright, let's see if I can get it in. I have to remember what drawer I got this in. But I'm aiming for one of the green ones. Aiming for one of the green ones. Oh, how do I hit the same part of my desk twice? Aiming for one of the green ones. Oh, it bounced. I don't know where it bounced, but it bounced next to the green ones. I'll take that. That's as close as I'm going to get in the next couple of minutes. Chat v Nightbot. It has begun. What is this? Is this a seat? Oh no, we literally just saw this. Scrolled down to this a second ago. It's a radar. But shouldn't this be on top of Yavin? Like right on top of Yavin. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ha! No. There we go. I think Jar Jar got too much hate. Oh yeah, Jar Jar is such a fun character, and it does it with Star Wars. Oh, wrong color. Needs to be a dark grey. With Star Wars being as dark as it can get, I think that's kind of what flip-flopped with the sequels though, because the original trilogy was quite serious in a lot of its tones, and you had 3PO, who was kind of the Eeyore of the group, but outside of 3PO, the humour was very lacking. It was quite serious. And then you have the prequels with Jar Jar, who is just pure comic relief. They tell the story in one of the funnest ways, and people hate on Jar Jar. So then the sequels lean on Luke as an even more serious character and really go in with a seriousness, and people didn't like that either. And hold on a second, this isn't even secured in place. Does it fit? It fits it. Oh, that's smart. That's smart. Because of the angle, it doesn't flip out upside down. And because of the two 1x8s, it locks in there. And it's a little dish that does have limited rotation. Okay, that's good. I like that. Ha! Oh, wow. And that's the end of Yavin. Do we go on to build the tree? Maybe the speeder. At least the speeder. But first off, whilst that's loading, come on, Yavin. Let's be Yavin, yeah? And let's finish off Yavin with the ceremony hall. So this is where Luke, Han, Leia would give the medals to Luke, Han, Chewie. And you could also set up the Emperor and Darth Vader for the scene from Empire Strikes Out. Quite spacious. You can definitely fit all the minifigures in here quite crowdedly. And then you can take this out. If you want to get your hands in and position a few minifigures at the back, you can take that out. It's quite nice that it separates the top of Yavin from most of the rest of it. Okay, that's a little awkward to place in. If you don't get it in the right spot below the bracket, it can get caught on the top of the bracket. And then this goes on top of the rest of Yavin, completing the main build. Yeah, this set is not meant to be held up with one hand. The bricks have slightly bent inwards. You can kind of see it with the bricks on the outside. Just making sure they're all the way in, and we are down on 2 studs. Come on. On almost 3 studs. Come on, get down. 3 studs. 4 studs. There we have Yavin. Look at that. Massive, by the way. Quite a deep build. I suppose you could back to back it. It's almost a shame that Lego have given us this extra bit here. If they just flattened it off in the middle, easy enough to do. Most of these, it is built symmetrically, isn't it? It is built symmetrically. So if you remove this screen and this bench, you could just build another Yavin back to back. Pop these off. You could then secure this middle column onto the other half of Yavin, and it would be a bit wired one way, flat the other way. But 2 of these together would look amazing. I'm almost tempted to remove this triangle so it sits flat back on a shelf, so it doesn't stick out as much, because that is 9 studs. Feels like it's wasted at the back here, but I'm sure that 9 studs allows you to fit the Y-wing in the middle. Wow. This is a big old build. I mean, look at that. Look at that on the desk. Get these pieces out of here. Just how big this set is. And it reaches right up to the camera as well. That's mad. Empire Strikes Back. Empire. Oh, how many people in chat don't know what Empire Strikes Out is? Empire Strikes Out is amazing. If only we could react to that on the channel. I suppose that's probably protected by a million different copyrights, so Lego wouldn't let us do that. I did have a book on it as well. Empire Strikes Out is the Lego spin of events. Is it just for the Empire Strikes Back? It's kind of a parody of Empire Strikes Back. Lego used to do that back in the day, a few parodies of Star Wars and other movies. Before they started with Rebuild the Galaxy and other original Marvel shows. So funny. And right at the end of Empire Strikes Out, not really spoilers because the minifigure comes with a DVD. You get a Vader with a medal on him, similar to the medal that we've given Vader on our figure, with the Imperial logo, just like so. The Emperor gives Vader a medal at the end of Empire Strikes Out. Yeah, so it's basically Empire Strikes Back, but the Lego version. So they've switched the back to out, just so you don't get confused with the official Star Wars movie. It's all Lego minifigures. Empire Strikes Out was hilarious. There we go. Empire Strikes Out, and it came with a printed Vader medal. But it's like, it is essentially Empire Strikes Back, but like Darth Maul. Darth Maul shows up. If there's one thing you got to do, all right, after this stream, little bit of homework, go have a little look, see if Empire Strikes Out is on, I don't know if it's on YouTube or if they've uploaded it anywhere. I feel like it might be on Disney. Can you watch it? No. Doesn't seem to be on any streaming platforms. Maybe. I think it used to be 22 minutes long. If you can find it to watch, I definitely recommend watching it. A load of books on sale though. Is it available to buy on YouTube? Oh no, that's Empire Strikes Back. It might be available to buy on YouTube as well. Definitely worth it. Shame they don't upload that to the Lego site. Lego need their own, or the Lego YouTube channel. That'd be a great 22-minute special to have on the YouTube channel. They're still earning money through ads. Okay, maybe. I'd rewatch it. I'd rewatch it at some points. Maybe do a little watch party for Empire Strikes Out. Ooh, so I've just seen something on the speeder right here. It's got a hinge on it, so you can throw everyone off. Does that mean you can just press a button and launch everyone off the little speeder that comes with Yavin? Just look at that. I will be doing a modification to try and keep the interiors of either side without the back, because it does take up, it takes up just over half of that shelf space when it really only needs about a third of it. I think the inclusion of the light grey adds a nice contrast to the dark tan. Yeah, only thing missing was a Rebel Honor Guard. A Rebel Honor Guard. What is a Rebel Honor Guard? That isn't one of the generals or anything. Oh, yes. Have Lego even made a Rebel Honor Guard? Because that's the one thing that I have with the Rebel helmet. Do I have any Rebel troopers to hand? No, I need to add some Rebels to that board. Like I have Antilles. Nearly knocked down everyone on top. So Antilles has the Rebel helmet. But you can see it's got the visor on top. But you can't position the visor down. It's a useless element. They might as well have just dual molded the element. No, don't. Lego, don't get any ideas. Don't dual mold the element. We like this element. But there's no way to get the visor down. Similar to the Endor helmet. They dual molded the Endor helmet in different greens. But the Endor helmet works as the typical Rebel helmet with a green visor, just as the strap around the top, which is similar to what we've seen for a few other figures. But there's no way to get this visor down. And all they had to do was remove the bit at the front and you'd be able to whack the visor down. I just don't think, because of how far it sticks out, I don't think it would be as smooth on the Rebel helmet. Someone needs to modify their helmet. Just Dremel out the front. I'll have a look into doing that. But that would be perfect for an honor guard, because then you could probably get away with using the general uniform. Not the general uniform, not like Dodana's uniform. What am I trying to say? You know Bespin Luke? I use Bespin Luke as like an officer. You could use that torso and legs. Has the return of Maul before his return of Clone Wars Empire Strikes Out? It does. Yeah, because that would have come out. When did Empire Strikes Out? Empire Strikes Out. Release on 26th of September 2012. 26th of September 2012. And Maul returns to Clone Wars the March 9th, 2012. Oh, okay. That's when it first. That's when Brothers officially returned. March 9th. Few months before Empire Strikes Out. I feel like Empire Strikes Out was like 20, way before Clone Wars. I didn't realize it was that season as well, which is crazy because that was Maul Return season 4, just before things got really interested in season 5. What do I do after the stream? Sleep. It's currently, it's coming up to 9 o'clock for me, so I do want to get through with the speeder build. Maybe the tree. Honestly, not really feeling the tree. Might do the Rebel Lookout though. Thought it was 2011. Yeah, maybe it come out. Oh, I tell you what, did I put? No, UK release shouldn't matter. September, yeah, Cartoon Network. And then it was later a DVD and Blu-ray release featuring the Employee of the Month, Darth Vader. But it first aired September 26th, according to Brickpedia. And I'm going to take their word for it. Oh, and IMDb shares that as well. Wikipedia says, oh no, March 26th, 2013. Okay. No, that was like a whole year later. That wasn't even close. Rebel Honor Guard. That is a good idea. I do think you get away with using, I think based on the belt, it's probably a green uniform, but dark tan works because it works for so many other, like so many of the other costumes were dark tan or have been represented since in dark tan. Dark green's very military as well. The helmet though, the helmet looks good. Anyway, back onto the speeder that shoots people off. Some might say it was awesome. Some might. Good thing is the medal, well, the Imperial medal doesn't exist, but the other medals, oh, a little light. Put these together. The other medals are quite easy to get because not only do you get Luke and Han's medal, but they also come with a third medal in Yavin. So if you do have the original set, you can nick one of those medals and give it to your Darth Vader, which I like. I like the spare medal piece. Can't believe it was made for a CMF, or was it for the Olympics? I don't think it was for the football team. It was either the Olympics was 2012. I think the medal had existed before then. We're going to need to go loop searching in this. Might need the greens. Because we've still got the little burn elements. Aha. If only they had LEDs. Smart brick in the new X-Wing set. We could have got some LEDs for these. Oh, wow. How many orange? And like no red. There we go. So many orange and no red. Hey! So many orange. Whenever you want a translucent red element, just complain about all the oranges. Works for us. These are the little lights on the floor, which are quite hard to see from that far away. Little 2x2 elements. Not too shabby. And they also act as stoppers for any aeroplanes that might be landing on Yavin. I'm sure some of the ships had wheels for takeoff. Some little lights glowing up. Were they red though? Because I thought the Yavin lights were pale or clear. Just a white light. And they go with a little ladder that we built. Ooh. Ooh. Brackets. Tan brackets as well. Yeah, we're not using tan. Look how many grey brackets I have. We're using light bluish grey all the way on a 2x6. Doubles as a minifigure car park. What new Lego set will I buy this year? What new Lego sets have I got? I need to have a little look because I tried to keep on top of a wish list on lego.com, so I'm not buying too many sets that I don't have the intention of getting. Because if a set is on sale and if a Lego set is a really good price, I'll be tempted to pick it up no matter what. But in terms of sets that I'm looking out for, there's a few Ninjago ones I want to pick up. I don't have like a Sorin or an Arin. A Sora? Sorin? What? Sorry, did I just ship Sora and Arin? I don't have a Sorry. I've got Sorin in the head. No. Okay, get that out of my mind. I don't have an Arin or a Sora minifigure. So I kind of want them for my Ninjago display. Cobb. No, the Cobb Vamp Speeder for Cad Bane. I still want to get that minifigure, but maybe not through the set. In terms of sets that I want for their actual set, Mando, the X-Wing, Razor Crest. There are so many, basically all the Mando sets, to be honest. The X-Wing is my #1 set. That's the one set I want. I might even buy that closer towards May. If that goes on sale, I might have to pick that up. No problem. May the bricks be with you. Smart Brick. Whoa. Smart Brick. I do want to pick up a Smart Brick. And I think if we have to wait so long for a Smart Brick in any other theme, I might end up picking up the Smart Brick on Brick Hour, I'll say. if it's the right price. If they're charging almost what the set is costing, then I'll probably pick up a set. The cheapest is Vader's type, pretty decent ship. The thing is as well, because it's original trilogy, I have got so many original trilogy sets. I've already got a throne room. I've already got a X-Wing. a Luke's X-Wing. I've never picked up a Vader's tie, but I built one with the bomber. And I feel like that was as good as a set as I'd want. So from March, there's nothing drawing me to any set in particular. There's no scenes that I haven't built. What were all the Smart Play sets? We don't need the instruction page anymore. Yeah, Luke's X-Wing. Already built that. The A-Wing and the throne room, already built a few of those. I think I've built 2 of the Emperor's throne rooms. Falcon, dime a dozen. The Vader's TIE Advance, built that with the bomber. So that's probably looking the most likely. Mos Eisley, already built that. That Scowl. Is that not the mock that we put together last year? That almost looks identical to it. Almost. Obviously, Lego have done it before as well, so it wasn't a new idea from me. ATST, we've already built. Land Speeder, we've built a ton of those. Haven't built Yoda's hut. If that come with a Smart Brick, I might be tempted. I just might have been tempted, but it doesn't. And I'm not. Yeah, I'm probably more likely to pick up that out of the new ones. But it would be non-Star Wars sets, Ninjago. I think the Speed Champion DeLorean would be a good set to pick up. If I don't pick up that set, I will be building it. And I want to put a few... I've got a Technic piece. That Technic piece that I ordered a ton of, I think that's going to be useful for the DeLorean. I want to build the DeLorean. The thing is, because we've got so many Lego sets coming out in 2 days, we're going to be building those, as I said at the start of the stream, adding those to the display, trying to really go all in with that mock. And then when April rolls around, we've got a ton of Mando sets. I don't know if I'll be building those. We'll probably still be working on this mock when April rolls around. So maybe late April, then throughout May working on the Mando mock. And then come June, July, we've got even more Star Wars sets, and the Star Wars sets from May So I'll probably be building the DeLorean end of the year. What other sets? What other new sets are there out? Let's have a little browse. What do we need? Plates, snot bricks. You know what? If I read through this, how much do I remember? I can always refer back. Green. Green. Is it not like a tan? I need an image of it from an actual set. All these toys are light and dark tan, but I need an image of it on Yavin. What if I just search for Yavin 4? Oh no, I know what will get it actually. Yavin 4 interior. There we go. No, oh look, there's a speeder. That's not a clear image. We see it. We see it. Luke pulling up on it in A New Hope. That does look dark tan, if anything. That's art. Yavin 4 hanger. Oh, there's one. Definitely got some red lights on it. Does look greenish. What did the new set have it? Light tan. They have it light tan. I'm going to go with light tan. Not only is it easier to source, but it's I think it looks a lot closer than green. Green is a bit green, if you know what I mean. All right. How much of this am I going to remember? I'm going to be impressed if I remember a lot. What are the new sets we got? The orange cat. I do want to build the orange cat. To be, yeah, I'm not as interested in the tuxedo cat, the original one, or the pup. But the orange cat and the baby sea otter. I don't like the otter display. I do think the original idea submission was a little better. But even the original one wasn't quite to my liking. But the baby otter I might build. I quite like animals. I've decided this year has been the year for building animals. We got the DeLorean. Oh, the playful dog and the cute cat from last year. There's a lot of creator sets that I wouldn't mind picking up. And the spinners. I do want to see how these spinners are like. Because I think you could brick build them. I do think you could brick build them. Be a bit complicated. But this claw and gear mechanism. It's been a while since I've had an Ninjago spinner. We could turn that into a whole fun game. Just a ton of the smaller sets. I think I like Lego in bite-sized chunks. I like the smaller Lego sets as opposed to just one big display. Any play features, even the Sonic ball, especially with those spinners, the new ball, anything that can roll, keeps me entertained for hours. Oh, the fries truck, the burger van. I want to make a milkshake van if Lego don't. They're high on my list because they're quite fun. I can't remember how they connected the lights at the front. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet they would look great together, and I hope they do more. I do think Tigger's the next one, but that could be how we get other characters like Kanga and Roo. I don't know if we've got Owl as a character just yet, because Winnie the Pooh has so many characters. They've got like the Heffalump even. They could build a Heffalump or give the Heffalump a minifigure. The police train, as this isn't loading. Let's see if it pops up. Police train heist. Oh, where they actually nab it from the train. This is another interesting play feature because as far as I know, which I don't keep up with trains, so I don't really know. I'm not someone to talk on this. I don't think we've ever had something interact with a moving train. You can interpret it as dark tan or olive green. Yeah, I think they are interchangeable. We did need the step, the snot bricks, and the hinge. That I remember. I don't know why I've decided to challenge myself like this. Add a little bit of fun. There's the minifigure stand, and the hinge is here. Was there a specific color they wanted? Oh, I haven't flipped back. Yeah, the fact that that can interact with a moving train is pretty cool. Oh, brackets. Brackets held it on with a 1x8. Noted. And it was just a grey with a black top. Black top on a grey bottom. Aha! Winnie the Pooh's so expensive. I do think all the... Oh, I put the wrong bit back. All the Winnie the Pooh sets have been quite pricey. There's not been a cheap set. I think maybe they've not been pricey, but there hasn't been a cheap Pooh set. You've got the key rings. I wouldn't count those. You've got the brickheads. Actually, the brickheads was cool. But you had the ideas set, which is how they've started. And now they're branching off into other sets. So at the minute, they're bringing them down. Piglet is nice and cheap. And Winnie the Pooh comes with Eeyore. 140. I think it's good for what you're getting. You're getting the honey pot. The honey pot could have been separate. The honey pot could have been a minifigure, like with the flowers. That could have been a £30 set. Maybe even the honey pot coming with Roo and feet. Well, no, because I'd still want Winnie and Eeyore on the inside. Maybe the honey pot separately, because those bees are a great build and it does have an interior. And then Pooh as the adult Simba, selling an accessory. I just don't think it would sell as well as combined. Seems like such a Lego City concept. Yeah, a helicopter coming in and just nabbing a carriage of a train. It does seem fun. It is fun. Especially with a train on a motor just whirring round. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Why would you attack a train at a station when you can attack a moving train? Right, I've put those on with two hands. Clearly not skilled enough to do it with one. There's the brackets. There was a plate going across it. What fills the corners? Take that, James May, building with no instructions. Where we're going, we don't... Well, I've already looked at the instructions. I guess I can't say take that. We've already looked at the instructions. But we're not looking again until I need to. Because I don't remember what goes on the top. Love brickheads. Eeyore was a great brickheads with the jelly on the towel, which has since been used on a few others. And we don't have any other brickheads. I think before Winnie the Pooh comes out with more sets, we need to get a Pooh and Piglet brickheads at least. The others are a bit more difficult. And we do have... Which minifigures did we get in this set? Oh, we did get Tigger. So there's the 5 of them. Yeah. We've got Pooh and Piglet reissued and Eeyore in these new sets. Maybe Tigger and Rabbit could come in a new set. I don't see them being that popular. But it would be nice to get like a bridge for Pooh sticks. And they could include Winnie the Pooh with a few more minifigures, or maybe different costumes of the minifigures. Lego like to do that with every other theme. It would make variants. Same with Mickey. Same with Mickey and Minnie. A lot of the characters that are so iconic are exclusive to the castles and the more expensive sets. And then you have the firefighter variants that are in cheaper sets for kids, because kids don't care if it's the same costume or not. They just want those 2 ears or the yellow bear, that sort of thing. Can I make the turret from the Mando movie sets that's releasing? I probably could based off the images. We could try to build them early. But I kind of want to wait for the Mando movie for that. $45 set. That's not a great price, is it, for Mando? For the one trooper. Mando and Grogu were coming in it anyway, but yeah, for the one trooper, would assume Pikachu will come out as a Brickheads eventually. Yeah. But would Pikachu come out? Oh, Transformers had a really good start for this. So Transformers come out as their twin pack. You had the car and the character. Pokemon need the trainer and the Pokemon. So Pikachu and Ash. Maybe they can try a few of the other ones, especially with the new gen coming out. 3 new Pokemons. I assume there's going to be a few Pokemon. Pokemon is plural. Pokemons. Did I just do a Legos? 3 new Pokemon, 3 new trainers. That would be the perfect Brickheads combo. Not that sort of Transformer. That's for the trains. That's not the one we mean. I'm going to have a look. All right. 1x6 tiles. In yellow. Nope. Dark tan. Why was I going with yellow again? Could you imagine? We went with yellow for the... Also, I put this round the wrong way. This is not the way round that's meant to go. We nearly had a yellow speeder that folded in on itself. We needed some snot bricks. They're the indented one, though. There we go. Brickheads would be cheaper than a tin of Pokemon cards, and then Lego would be in on the cheap side of it, but I don't think Lego's ever released something to be cheap. Lego would come out with, and I've seen an image of this on Rebrickable. Lego would come out with a complete Evolutions Brickhead set for like £80 instead of one Pikachu. And then Pikachu would be the gift with purchase. Let's not give them any ideas, especially not on that level. We've got tan slopes, which I do have a share in. I don't know where they came. Maybe I ordered these when we did our first Yavin mock. But I seem to have a lot of dark tan. It's not a common colour in most of my collection. But then tiles, slopes, and a few other pieces. I just have an abundance of them. I think I only got the tan tiles off the pick and build in Lego stores. Just like to say the contrast of the yellow on the inside. Look at this. It's so bright compared to the dark greens, tans, blacks, and even the light grey. The yellow just stands out like a sore thumb. Ah, 1x2 bricks. Basically 1x1s. Oh yeah. If it saves going in a drawer. Oh no, these are 1x2s. The 1x1s in the same drawer. Yeah. Saves looking for the 2 stacks. We don't need the hole or anything. Can't wait for Mando and Grogu. Yeah, baby Yoda. I'm excited. The closer it gets, the less I'm doubting and the more I can't wait to be back in the cinema. We recently watched Iron Lung in the cinema. And the experience in the cinema, you just can't get at home. There's no way you can do that. And it made me appreciate those silent moments. The fact that the cinema, it was a different cinema to like Barbie, Oppenheimer, which was decent. The Barbenheimer experience back to back, that was fun. Mando needs to come out near another movie. Is there any other movie pairing up with Mando? Movies coming out in May. We've got Thunderbolts, Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible Reckoning. Was this 2025? I have to specify this year. We've got Hail Mary will be in cinemas. I think that comes out soon. Go, Sheep Detective, another Scream. No, doesn't seem to be anything too interesting. Something needs to pair with Mando, unless we watch Iron Lung again. If Iron Lung's still in the cinema, should we back to back, man? Mando is so action packed and going to be fast paced, and then it cuts to Iron Lung, which is a lot slower, more of a psychological movie. If we could run between the two of them. Oh, I think I'd be well and truly confused by the end of the movies. Yeah, Iron Lung was sick. I recommend that. If you're wanting to go to the cinema but don't know what to watch, and it's in a cinema near you, yeah, highly recommend that movie. Hail Mary's March 20th. I must admit, I saw the trailer to that because did we see it in Iron Lung? We might have seen it in Iron Lung, but I saw the trailer to that at first. Oh, we did. Yes, we did see it. At first, I saw the trailer after the Lego set was announced, and I saw the thing that looked like the Dalek, and that's what got me interested in it. It looked like a Dalek, and I wanted to know more. And I don't know if I'll go to the cinema for it, because I don't know much about it. It'd be nicer to go to the cinema and not like it than to... No, it wouldn't. It'd be nicer to not go to the cinema and not like it. But I'm sure it's going to be a really good movie. Am I going to buy the Lego set? How much is the Lego set? Hail Mary. £100. It's bigger than it looks. I love the solar panels on it, if that's what they are. I do really like does it spin? If it spins, I'm going to build it, whether I buy it or not. It looks like it spins. I'd probably be more likely to read the book than to actually see it. Speaking of which, February's nearly over. It does spin. And does this like break away? What's going on there? Oh, it comes out and spins. Oh, I'm going to have to build this for the mechanism. Comes out March 1st, but I wouldn't have seen the movie. Yeah, I haven't actually been reading for February. I did get a book. Does buying a book count the same as reading a book? Because I'm not going to read the next Thrawn book in a day. So much to do this weekend with the new sets coming out. I'll definitely be building this. If it's out, if the movie comes out end of March, by the time May is through with Mando and Grogu, I might revisit this later on. I love this little build as well. Definitely looks like an Emperor Dalek. Yeah. Not knowing what this is about, this is a cool space set. This reminds me, with the stand and everything, of the planets that rotate all together. This one, the planet orbit, reminds me of that, but it's less technic-y and more like display worthy. I think the Technic set is a really cool model to show off and be like, oh yeah, look how this works, and it's built out of Lego, which is just 10 times more impressive than anything else. But this set looks cool on shelves. If you're a fan of the movie, like this, we were in I went in a HMV the other day, and they have all their posters up, and we were discussing, I was talking to my partner about the posters and like how are you meant to display posters. We've got the poster on the door, and there's a few on the wall over there above the couch, but like how do you display posters here? Because I'd use the wall space for shelves, for minifigure displays, for other things to show, and this is the perfect way. Imagine Hail Mary poster with a Lego set sat in front of it. That's how you display posters. Which Thrawn book? It's the Ascendancy trilogy. I read the first one in January, and February flew by. February absolutely flew by. But the first book got left off. So I've read the Canon trilogy, and I've bought the Legends 5 books, but I wanted to get through the Ascendancy. So I waited for the Ascendancy books to come out. I've bought the 3 of them, and I've read the first one. I could buy the Hail Mary book and add that to my reading list, because I do want to do at least 1 book a month. I think I did pick up a new book this month. Don't want to say which book it is yet, but I do have a new book. But I'm not counting that as reading one. So we'll have to read 2. We'll have to read a bonus book. We're 1 behind at the minute. Oh, wait, the yellow bricks have come in real handy for this. Another one for this speeder, bright yellow. You could see this thing coming a mile away. And that's with its back to it. Oh. Ascendancy. The first Thrawn book leaves off on such a cliffhanger, but I cannot wait to... well, clearly I can wait. It's been a month since I finished reading it. I don't want to wait to read the next one. Oh no, wrong drawer again. It's honestly a 50-50. Yeah. 2 antennas. Oh, and jumpers. That's what I meant to be getting. There's the jumpers. And here's what's left of all the antennas we've been breaking down for mocks. Yeah, if I read Boys in the Bot is a good book. If I read the Thrawn books in March, I can't be laughing at that. If I manage to read the Thrawn books in March, it's a shame about the Maul comics. I wanted to read the Maul comics in March. That was gonna be my thing. And I was like, it's a comic series. I can build things from the comic. There's gonna be characters that are like killed off before the show comes around. So we'd then be able to add some extra minifigures. We'd know a bit more about Maul at this period. And then they come out once a month. And there's no way with Marvel Comics you can like buy them all day one, is there? Do I have a Y-Wing microfighter? And does it work better with a Yavin build? I've built the Rex one. I haven't built an actual Y-Wing, like a Rebel Y-Wing. Y-Wing microfighter. Ooh. Have I? No, I feel like I remember if I built this. And that's the same one from Rogue One. Hey, 10 years old, surely. Doesn't say. Oh, and there was, I did build this Y-Wing, I think. I think this is how I got Zori Bliss. So I've built a Resistance Y-Wing. I've built a Clone Wars Y-Wing, but I haven't built a Rebel Y-Wing microfighter. It would go quite nicely with the Yavin build. I think Yavin's so big that the Y-Wing included with it, which is almost a midi scale Y-Wing, works just about as well as a microfighter. A microfighter will work better in terms of scale. This, in terms of display, I think this is the perfect spot for a Y-Wing. Same with the new X-Wing coming out. That's the sweet spot. But if you were making an entire planet and you were adding like trees that stood about this tall, trees that were about, what's that, 10 bricks tall, not even that, I think microfighters will make it look so much bigger. Like, microfighters will be dwarfed by this tower like crazy. Your Lego magazine came in. Nice. What magazine was that? Because I've seen that the next couple of magazines are coming with some decent figures. Again, steering away from builds. The perfect magazine would have a minifigure and a build as a little freebie and wouldn't be charging too much more. I know they normally are a bit more expensive when they come with 2 of them. Ah, 1 stud will do on the foot. Don't have to worry about them cracking, but also easier to pop off than two, and you can angle them. Get them at a little angle. Based on a true story. Huh. Oh, from January. January's magazine. Right, let me guess. January's magazine. February's magazine is... Oh wait, this is Europe. So it's one ahead of ours. We've just got the Night Trooper. Previous was the Clone Pilot. It was the Clone Pilot. That's the magazine. Quite liked Thrawn meeting Anakin. Oh yes. Yes. The connection there, and also the connection with Tarkin in the Clone Wars leading into the Tarkin novel. It's brilliant writing. Yeah, same with the Republic. It's similar in Ascendancy because it's still in that Republic era. Ascendancy is a prequel to the other Thrawn books, so we're going even further before the Clone Wars. I would assume at least up to the start of the Clone Wars, maybe. No, saying that because that was a flashback to the Ascendancy. Hold on. The first Ascendancy book, is it referencing that, or is it referencing another adventure where they steal the shield, which isn't too spoilery? Is it referencing that because of the factory? Maybe it is linked. The one with the Phase 1 pilot, yeah. Heard from someone it got re-released this month. Oh, the Phase 1 pilot. Imagine getting that as a secondary polyback. That's a crazy magazine. As a it's like the Clone Troopers as a secondary, which is kind of crazy. I didn't get the red studs, the red tiles. I need to do that. If it's the last thing I do. Where's the yellow? So many red tiles from different stud shooters, and there's probably even more in this set. I can't remember what colour the Yavin blasters are. And then a little space for thermal detonators. Make it a little explosive truck. This is pretty nifty. The fact that it's so big does kind of dwindle the size of the Y-Wing a little bit. How big is it for the Y-Wing? Probably about a third of the size. Line it up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, just under a third of the size. The engines are sticking out by 2 plates. 2 plates on their side. 7 pilots. Crazy. You've just subbed to the LEGO magazines this year. Oh, the magazines are one of the best ways to probably get minifigures for Star Wars, especially with magazine coming up for Anakin Skywalker. What? In a magazine? Not probably the best minifigure you could get. I think Kenobi works better with the Jedi robes that you can use for anyone, but still a pretty sweet fig to get. Instantly unsubscribed. Yeah. I can't blame you for waiting so long. Think you can fit the stoppers? Oh yeah. That's the perfect space. Actually, it's a little wider as well. So if you don't want them out and about. Why? Oh, I think that was caught on the slopes. Is that too close? You can definitely fit them in there. This tile is getting a little in the way, I think. Yeah, because it's just catching on the back, but they fit. They fit inside. Oh, that's cool. Oh, thanks for pointing that out. And then this is one of the little grassy terrains that connect on either side. Again, not a massive fan on the tree, mainly because of all the panel pieces used. And a lot of the panel pieces, I don't know. Oh no, we probably do have them. I think I've built a fair few trees. Oh, this piece I don't. Definitely don't have this one. Let's go back to the first one. Yeah, we can at least get a little bit of grass built. And then for the other tree, I might replace it with an indoor tree. The Obi-Wan TV. The Obi-Wan TV show was good. Welcome back. Hello there. Green slopes and ferns. The green slopes to hide the brick. Yeah, I should have guessed that was the case. And this would clip in either side of Yavin. So maybe we build this one as it wants us to. And get the Technic bricks, the whole shebang. Including the modified bricks. The modified Technic pin. / axle. In grey. A brown Technic brick. And a grey axle brick. Here we go. Might need another one of those. And then 2 green slopes and some grass. We could do a bit better than that. Add a few more leaves. I tell you what, your indoor tree would work, wouldn't it? Oh, it would work because we need the hollowed center. And if we have 2 of the bricks at the bottom, I'm going to take you up on that offer. You know what? Yeah. I wonder if we'd be able to connect it. I'll build the grass and we'll have to try and connect it to the bottom. That's a good idea. What snot bricks do we need while we're here? Same old brown Technic pin. And found a whole stack of them. But we just need the one. Replace this with some of the slopes. I don't think I've looked for any larger slopes with 1x3s. Larger slopes in green, 1x3s. I've got a few of those. But in green, blue, yellow, red, white, orange, dark red. Green is not a colour that I tend to have many slopes for. We could switch it out to a different shade, but I like the green. Let's see if we have any old power miner slopes. And if not, I'll shorten the slopes. But these slopes, the slopes with the little holes in them, we have lime green. We don't have green, which is a shame because I think they would have looked nice. But I can add some cheese slopes with these smaller slopes. 70505. I have to assume that's another dragon. But 2013 would have been season 2, 3. If Ninjago's 15 years old, that's what, 2012. 2011. Yeah, that could have been season, I don't know actually. Season 3, I feel like there was a long gap between the first few seasons and then we got a season every year. 15 seasons, well no, we got more than seasons every year, but they doubled up with a few of the, like season 9, 10 might have been the same year. Or very closely released. Maybe we had a long period of half a season every 4 months. And I don't know if they're doing that with Dragon Rising, releasing part of the season first and then releasing the other half. Or if that is going to be a full season dropping on... can't remember the date for that either. Rising. I should have sticky notes of around April 2nd. There you go. Dragons Rising Season 4, April 2nd. And that's all episodes. Yeah, all episodes. Oh no, that was last year's drop. All episodes. 20 episodes. 20 minutes each on average. so about 22 minutes each on average. Written by Kevin Burke, Chris Doc Wyatt, and ... Thank you for that, IMDb. Remember season 3 being 2013, as that was the last regular Castle Wave. Oh, 2013, 13 years ago. Has anyone seen the new CMF images? Out of curiosity, I saw the backboard, I think it was, leaked. The new CMFs, and they look pretty cool. I think it looks like a regular CMF line, which it makes sense. It looks like a regular CMF line because it is a regular CMF line, but it's got some really good figures. That Ronin and Bionicle figure specifically, I don't want to spoil it because they will be revealed by Lego soon, so we can take a better look at all the images with all the names, and I probably will do a video looking at them because they're just that good. The images are out there if you want to see early. I would recommend try and hunt them down if you're a fan of CMFs. You might want to pick up a few. I don't know when they're coming out. Personally, not into blind boxes. Well, with the mobile app, I forget the app we use now. You can scan to find out which figure you're going to get in which box. And I'm going to be doing that this season. For the animals, we picked up blind boxes, and that was fun. I didn't mind which animals we got, and we got real lucky anyway. We got so lucky with the animals because I managed to get the ones that I kind of wanted. I mean, the only other CMF that we would want to pick up is the cat. My fiance really loves the cat, and if we do get the cat, I really want to paint the ears pink and like decal it. Maybe add, I think it comes with a bell around its neck. Maybe add a bow into the headpiece to make it look like Marie. I think that would just make it, that would just finish off the CMF. We've had a few cats. I wonder if there's colours for Toulouse and like the other cats in Aristocats. Oh, I do have two shades of these, don't I? I have the darker one and the lighter one. Aha! Positioned like so. Is that going to clash with the build? Which side? Which side do these go on? We'll come back to this. Looks like it's just the regular base. So maybe we won't come back to this. Pretty plain unless they add a bit more grass. Oh, look. How would this work? We should be able to get a Technic beam inside. Yeah, they've got a little ledge to catch it. And then we've got this lookout. Or we could do a lookout that extends. I can't wait to see how we're going to get this done. CMF is totally Marie. Oh, yeah. The brain is wearing good use of the 1x8. Personally, not going to be doing that with my 1x8 because I don't think it adds too much. Maybe it does. Maybe it adds enough because that does finish it off with grey on the top. But I feel like that might be too high for the minifigure. Oh, look at the minifigure legs. That minifigure's barely in. No, the minifigure can go further than that. And also that doesn't increase the height by too much. I thought this was where it was going to ledge on, right at the top. Yeah, there's a better way to do this. And does it hide in the tree in the first place? It sits on top of the tree. Maybe we don't need to worry about this and I can just include an axle at the top. Or a bar. Even better if we can fit a bar up there. As long as it's secured in the bottom, I don't see it being too much of an issue. And also, if you unequip the minifigure, you can slide that the whole way down the bar, or the bar can be concealed inside the tree. That's a good idea. I like that. Okay, don't need that fun. Leave that with me and I'll get working on a really good looking tree. If you haven't seen part 1 or 2, any of the indoor build over on Bevel's channel, go check it out, because you'll get a little sneak peek into what we'll be doing. But first off, we need to attach these to Yavin. I'll put those away in a minute. I'm sure I can remember where they go. And the plates and the wedges, we can leave those there. Let's see how easy it is to connect this. It goes on the left hand side, so it's hidden when it's on display, or the right hand side as we've got it. But it goes on, where does it go? It goes on the side of here, so it clips in, sticks out the front a little. It's not centered. That's kind of annoying, right? Is this, I think Lego have clipped these on the wrong way. This isn't centered, so we've got 2 studs gap here and we've got 2 studs sticking out the other side. But if we flip it around, it's the exact same problem. 2 studs sticking out too far one side. Why didn't they center this? I might have to rework this. See if we can put Yavin down in one piece. The leaves that were in the awkward position are popping off. But to center it, what you'd have to do is move it across 2 studs. Move everything across 2 studs. And because this would be off to the side, I'm going to flip this around to the other side, just down here. Same-ish position on the other side. Maybe even move it out a little bit. Oh, just like so. And now, this, either side you want to clip it, it will be centered. Look at that. Centered on the right-hand side of Yavin. Okay, the plants do clash a little bit. I'm going to do the same for the tree, although I think the tree was on an 8x. And then, oh no, centered. Centered and maybe a little bit broken. There we go, centered. So that it flushes off with it. And I think that improves it that little bit. That little finishing touch, because it does make it feel a bit more part of the forest, part of the landscape with it. Brings it out just a little bit. It doesn't bring it out past this back bit. So if you were to make the modification of removing that, oh look, I keep knocking the side of Yavin. These leaves need a bar element to go in there, so I might also add a flower, one of those root pieces that we've used down here, just into those leaves to stop them popping off. Both sides, bit temperamental, the insides seem to be fun. But imagine that with a tree on the side, an Endor shaped tree on the side. Maybe the Endor tree is better off on the right. It might look clearer on the display on the left, but then we can add more trees on the right. Either way, I'm going to play around with that when I get this sorted. First off, we need to get the display here cleaned up. We've got a few big builds and I don't know when I'll be parting those down. I think on stream will be quite a fun time. But that is all we've got time for today. Yavin is complete. Yes. So tomorrow, same time, we will be playing through Batman, trying to finish off Lego Batman 2. If not, we might come back later in March. But it's, for now, the last time we'll be playing Lego Batman 2. Don't miss out on that. On Sunday, we've got an exclusive stream, and we will be starting to build through the new March Lego sets. And then I'm sure there'll be a few bonus streams throughout the week. Stay tuned. Don't forget, if you are wondering if there's going to be a live stream, you can always check the live tab over on the channel. For as long as this video is out there, that will be true. For as long as I'm on this channel, there will be a future stream streamed, ready to go. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and may the bricks be with you always.